Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball on Cardinals TV is powered by MLB. The Cardinals make the trip across the state to Kansas City, Missouri, and beautiful Kauffman Stadium to continue the I-70 series this weekend. Welcome inside the booth, friends. Stephen Carey, Brad Thompson, the third member of our crew, Scott Warman, will be along shortly. The Cardinals have enjoyed some great success against the Padres, but look to continue that against Kansas City this weekend.
Yeah, look, it is going to be a fun weekend. Always is with the I-70 series. Always is with a Major League debut. Congratulations, my man. Pumped up to have you with me. But you're right, the pitching was a big story against the Padres. Dustin May was awesome. Andre Palante added to that. And Kyle Leahy with a quality start. Hopefully more quality pitching here.
Yeah, Matthew Liberatore looks to add to that. He's loved the slow stuff. His off-speed pitches have looked great. He's our Hyundai in the driver's seat feature.
Yeah, look, the slider and the curveball have been so good this year for Matthew Liberatore. And you look at when he's looking for a strikeout, that slider's his go-to. 33 punch-outs with that pitch and a .167 average against the curveball. We know with Matthew Liberatore, if he lands that, he's going to have a good day.
The Royals will turn to a lefty of their own. Noah Cameron has looked great against St. Louis in his young career.
Yeah, look, the Cardinals, though, have figured out a way to get to left-handers. They're the best team in baseball against lefties. And this is a guy, he's got a good curveball, fastball rides at the top of the zone. Gave up 3 in 6 last time against the Cardinals. Hopefully they scrape out more against him.
We're getting a real treat tonight. 2 of the best curveballs in the game with Liberatore and Noah Cameron. I mean, look at those numbers. Just ridiculous.
It really is. Look, only 5 hits allowed for Noah Cameron against his curveball. Matthew Liberatore has been outstanding as well. We'll see what adjustments these offenses are able to make against that pitch.
Well, speaking of outstanding, Jordan Walker and Bobby Witt have been just that for both the Cardinals and the Royals. We'll talk all about them up next. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Visit cardinalschecking.com. And by your quality Ford dealers. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Welcome back to beautiful Kansas City, Missouri. The Royals have quite a few players banged up. It's our BJC Healthcare Injury Report.
Yeah, look, Stephen, offense has been hard to come by for this Royals club. Not going to get any easier with this on the IL. Michael Garcia not on the IL. He's day-to-day with his left hand. The power of Vinny Pasquantino, though, on the IL with the fractured hamate. Kyle Isbell and Jonathan India. Tough time for Matt Quatrero's team.
Well, a player that's very healthy and always is performing, Bobby Witt Jr., second in Major League Baseball in WAR.
Yeah, it would be totally okay if he took a day off. Better safe than sorry. Not going to be the case, though. Shohei Ohtani leads all position players in WAR. Now, he does get some credit for pitching, but Bobby Witt Jr., this man, as soon as he busts onto the scene, he's been one of the best in baseball. Hopefully a slow series for him here, but this guy's been outstanding.
The Cardinals have found a star of their own in Jordan Walker in 2026. Among outfielders this season, one of the best in baseball.
Look, in terms of runs batted in, tied for first, outfield assists, he's got 6 of them. That's tied for first. He's hitting for average, he's hitting for power, and he's doing everything that you would want this young man to do. It took a couple of years at the big league level to get to this point, but Jordan Walker having himself an all-star campaign.
Cardinals look to improve their winning ways. It's red versus blue. It's Cardinals versus Royals. The I-70 series continues when we come back.
Helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium, the home of the Kansas City Royals since 1973. We are going to see wonderful weather this evening for the Cardinals and the Royals. 76 degrees, light wind, and you can't ask for much better than this for a ball game on Thursday. And today, apparently, it's Brant Brown Day. Scott Warman has more on that.
It certainly is, Stephen. When you think about the Cardinals in their last road trip, 12 home runs, of course, led by their hitting coach, showing the way, Brant Brown. And as you mentioned, it's Brant Brown today. Why? Let's take a look.
There's a long drive. Way back. Might be. Could be. It is. Holy cow.
Brant Brown just called up in 1996 for the Cubs. Gets a home run in Game 1 against the Dodgers, and then 2 more in Game 2 in that doubleheader. Then 2 years later, in 1998, on June 18th, 3 home runs at Wrigley Field. As Brant told me, yes, the wind was blowing out that day. They kind of helped him, but he said, man, it looked like it was just straight fastballs right down the pipe on those 3 home runs that day. And oh, by the way, Brad Thompson on the call in 1998 was a young, dapper Chip Carey.
How about that? Pops was on the call for you, Stefan.
Yeah, like a vision quest, can't seem to avoid the voices of my ancestors. Your Cardinals starting lineup brought to you by Menards. J.J. Weatherholt, Ivan Herrera, and Jordan Walker are the top of the order. Velasquez, Burleson, and Wynn, the 4 through 6 spots. Rounding it out, Jordan, Fermin, and Pages. Righty-heavy order against the lefty Noah Cameron. Hopefully they can do more good work against the southpaw.
Yeah, the Cardinals have had a lot of success against left-handed pitching on this season. Just take a look at the numbers for Noah Cameron. They've been good against the Cardinals. Saw him earlier in May, gave up 3 in his 6 innings of work. Noah Cameron, though, look at the pitch arsenal: 4-seam change, cutter, curve, slider, and sinker. As we told you a lot, that curveball, that's his swing and miss. That's the bread and butter.
So J.J. Weatherholt will let one pass. It's an even count, 1-1. J.J. searching for his first hit against Kansas City in his career. He'll serve one the other way, spins it into left, a leadoff base hit. So Weatherholt's aboard early, and lefty-lefty magic for the Cardinals is a great start to the series.
Yeah, that is a great way to get things started right here. You got a sinker that's middle down. JJ just goes down and gets it. Just a fast stroke, using the entire field. We've seen it early in his career, Stephen, when he's using the whole field, when he's got a little inside-out swing, boy, the hits come in bunches.
So now it's Ivan Herrera. He'll take high, ball 1. This top portion of the Cardinals order can beat you in a number of different ways, but one of the ways with Weatherholt and Herrera in particular, they're willing to take pitches.
No, what a great characteristic it is at the top of the order. Make the opposing starter work, and that's exactly what Herrera and Weatherholt have been able to do to this point. Both of them, by the way, have done a really good job of getting in the way of baseballs. 29 hit by pitches by the 2 of them. I'm not sure they love that as much, but they're getting on base at a high clip.
2-0 quickly to 3 balls and no strikes. Herrera has sworn 19 of those hit by pitches. See if he's aggressive on 3-0. The pitch from Cameron. Splits the plate. Herrera was 1 for 9 in the series against San Diego. Looking to improve on those numbers here at Kauffman Stadium. The 3-1 pitch. In there for strike 2.
It's a pretty nice job right there by Noah Cameron, trying to slow down any momentum. Even if you're not going over at first base, if you can hold the baseball, you're good to go. As you see, Ivan Herrera getting about as deep in the box as he possibly can, readying for this 3-2 offering.
It was the breaking ball, but he left it too high. First 2 men for the Cardinals reach with nobody out, and the Royals defense might have their hands full the way the Cardinals have been hitting it. Left to right in the outfield, Collins, Thomas, and Marte. Lofton and Caglione on the corners with Witt and Massey as the up-the-middle combo. Salvador Perez in harness for Noah Cameron. So it'll bring up Jordan Walker, having one heck of a campaign for St. Louis, and he'll take a big cut on the first pitch, 0-1.
Yeah, Stephen, I don't think this is how Noah Cameron envisioned his first inning. First couple of guys on, and Jordan Walker, who's having this season already a career high in homers, 56 driven in.
On the ground to short. Witt can't make the play. It's under his glove into left center. JJ's going to fly home, and the Cardinals get a gift. It's 1-0.
Well, the normally sure-handed Bobby Witt Jr., this one sneaks under the glove. Now, let's be honest, it is a rocket off the bat of Jordan Walker, 110 miles an hour, but he's expecting it to come up. The ball stays down, and the Cardinals able to plate the first run of the ball game.
So the Cardinals cash in on a rare error from Bobby Witt Jr., have him set up on the corners with nobody out. It's Nelson Velasquez this time. 104 games played for the Royals between 2023 and 2024. He's familiar with this ballpark. And swinging at the first pitch, 0-1.
I like him being ready early. We saw that with Nelson Velasquez in his first at-bat in a Cardinal uniform. It was first pitch swinging. It was a 3-run home run. This guy's got a pair of homers so far on the year, both against Southpaws.
Brought up from AAA to crush left-handed pitching. Wave and a miss at the top of the zone, 0-2. But this is exactly what you want if you're Ollie Marmol. You get your right-handed lineup to beat left-handed pitching. All three that have come up have reached, and you've already scored a run.
And you have the ability with everybody left-handed on your bench, Crooks, Newt, Church, and Torres, to flip the game later as we go on. When Cameron gets out of this game, hopefully earlier rather than later. Good jump there by Jordan Walker. Reads the ball in the dirt, Stephen. That's kind of the aggressiveness that we've been talking about. That's going to be a wild pitch by Cameron, smothered by Salvi, but read down. And now the Cardinals have two in scoring position.
Yeah, that eliminates the double play ball, and a great jump by Walker to read that. Perez, one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball. An aggressive jump from Jordan, but St. Louis will take it and will draw the Royals infield in. The 1-2 pitch is just a touch high. Love that take from Velasquez. Has to be so difficult to not swing in these huge RBI situations early in the game. 2-2 spiked in the dirt. Good block by Perez to keep that in the neighborhood.
Well, how nice is it, Stephen, to just get things going early? Scotty and I were just talking about putting pressure on the offense as the visiting team. Cardinals offense has been really good on the road this season, scoring over 5 runs a game.
So a full count for Velasquez. The pitch tipped in and out of Perez's glove. Nelson stays alive. Yeah, Velasquez, and maybe an opportunity with the bases loaded for Alec Burleson. That'd be nice. (3-2). Ball 4. Cardinals load him up. Second walk of the inning, and here comes Burley. He's your Bet365 betting odds. Has an opportunity to get 2 hits. See the numbers there. All you need is a ball in play here.
Yeah, look, getting the job done. Now, Alec Burleson, again, he's having an all-star campaign. This has been where he has scuffled. Not bases loaded, but left on left, right? Can he simplify? Can he drive something the other way?
First pitch is down low. Ball and no strikes. Burley at 53 runs batted in this year. That ties his career high in runs batted in before the All-Star break. Still got a couple more games left to go. We'll sky this fouling out of play. 1-1. What's the approach here? You're a left-handed hitter facing a guy that has the curveball that Cameron has. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, look, I think the idea has to be up the middle the other way. If something ends up on the inner half, left on left, his hands are fast enough. That one right there down, able to lay off. And one of the big keys, maybe a Toyota key to the game, is to be able to spit on the hammer. The curveball, you got to be able to let go at the bottom of the zone. You see it down, leave it there.
2-1. Shot to deep center. That'll push Thomas back. Should be enough. He'll make the catch. Herrera tags. The throw comes into third. And a sacrifice fly doubles the Cardinals' lead. It's 2-0.
Little ABC baseball manufacturing taking advantage of the error also by Bobby Witt Jr. over at shortstop, and that's what you wanted out of Burley. We told you coming into action he was only hitting a .186 against lefties. Had to think up the middle, had to think the other way. He did so, got the ball in the air, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead.
22 pitches for Noah Cameron, 11 balls, 11 strikes. First pitch to Mason Wynn is the 12th ball thrown by Cameron. Ball and no strikes.
Oftentimes as a starter, you kind of easing into things in that first inning, trying to get a feel for things. The Cardinals have been able to apply some pressure. You want to get him as much as you can before he gets into a rhythm.
Wynn smokes one to center. Charging in Thomas. He makes the catch for out number 2. Got a great jump. Mason put it in play, but the sure-handed glove of Thomas in center retires him for the second out. Now it's Blaze Jordan. Done well in these spots in his young career. .571 with runners in scoring position. There's strike one.
Well, Blaze is the guy, too, not afraid to jump early in the count. That one, though, the cutter. Cameron gets ahead. See if they can apply some 2-out pressure here with Jordan.
0-1 with 2 aboard. Handcuffed Blaze Jordan. Gets the inside corner, 0-2. Now Jordan hits one out to center. Thomas comes in the gap, and again he makes the catch. So the Cardinals put a bunch of base runners aboard. They score a pair. Libby has some run support. Let's see what he can do with it up next. You're watching Cardinals TV, presented by Bet365. There's Matthew Liberatore searching for his 20th career win in a Cardinals uniform.
Yeah, we're looking for the 4th of the season, the 15th start here for Matthew Liberatore. Take a look at the pitch arsenal for Libby. Utilizes that four-seam fastball slider. That's where he gets a lot of swing and miss. Curve, changeup, sinker, cutter, and the occasional split finger for the lefty.
He'll go to work against Lane Thomas. Good start. Fastball, strike one.
Well, wasn't that a trend in this past series? Obviously, we've talked a lot about how good the pitching was, starting pitching was against the Padres. Strike one was the key. It seemed like every batter was in a hole.
Challenges him up and in.
ball and a strike, especially with Andre Palante. He was getting ahead of hitters, and saw how well that worked out for him in Game 2 against San Diego.
No doubt, no doubt. And that allows you to get to work as a starter. He's got some nasty secondary stuff, does Matthew Liberatore, then able to use it. That right there, though, from watching him, from talking to Ollie, from talking to Dusty and Matthew himself, that's going to be one of the biggest keys. Does that breaking ball, both the curveball and the slider, can he land it in the zone?
Goes back to it again. Evens the count at 2-2. I mean, when you have a pitch that is forcing hitters to a 167 average, that's a pretty good weapon.
It really is. It really is. And the key is, how do you set it up? You don't want to lean on it all the time.
Bounce to second. J.J. Weatherholt from the outfield grass makes the play, and there's your first out of the inning. Here's the rest of your Kansas City Royals lineup, brought to you by Menards. Saw Thomas, Bobby Witt Jr., star player here in Kansas City. Salvador Perez will bat fifth. He's on his way to a Hall of Fame career. And Lofton, Collins, and Massey be 7 through 9 for Kansas City. So Bobby Witt Jr., .338 hitter against left-handed pitching, one of the game's best players. If it weren't for a guy named Aaron Judge, we'd be talking about a perennial MVP.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, this guy has it all. Speed, athleticism, power. I mean, this is the kind of baseball player you want to try to build. Got the smarts as well. You know that error in the first inning's eating at him. This guy is generally as good at the position as they come. Matt Quatrero's got himself a special one over there in Bobby Witt Jr.
1-1. Curveball poked back foul. He could beat you in so many ways. Say so much about his offensive ability, but defensively, he's one of the game's best. And the 1-2 pitch. Hit back toward us.
Pretty good 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the top. Everybody trying to get a good image of Bobby Witt Jr. I think the iPhone takes as good of a picture personally. That's just me.
1-2 pitch, skied out to left. Velasquez to the track, to the wall, and Bobby Witt has made it a one-run game.
Well, Stephen, he giveth and he taketh away. Bobby Witt Jr. goes down and gets a big curveball from Matthew Liberatore. He had seen one earlier. It was fastball up in the zone the prior pitch. Oftentimes, you're going to throw this curveball off of it. He gets it down, but not far enough for Bobby Witt Jr.
Home runs have been an issue for Libby this year. That's his 15th given up. Jack Caglione will sky one to left. Velasquez moving to the line and can't make the play as it rattles off the wall in foul ground. It just kept tailing away from the Cardinals left fielder. Rest of your Cardinals defense, Jose Fermin in center with Jordan Walker in right. Saw Nelson Velasquez, Jordan, Wynn, Weatherholt, and Burleson from left to right on the infield, and Pedro Pajes catching. Fermin in center, that right-handed bat against the lefty Cameron. Pretty clear why that decision was made. Caglione takes a big rip to make it 0-2.
Well, for Matthew Liberatore, too, Bobby Witt Jr. gets you, to your point, one of the best players in baseball. Nothing to be upset about. Just got to go right back to work, get the next guy.
0-2, pulled down the line and just foul.
That is not where you want to leave that one. 0-2. You know that Matthew Liberatore, the stomach dropped on that one, and probably as soon as it left his hand. Slider down the middle.
Bobby Witt's back to work, continuing to talk to his team about how to attack Matthew Liberatore. Jack Caglione playing first base today for Kansas City. He had a heck of a homestand. 9 hits last time the Royals were at Kauffman Stadium, but he'll start off with a strikeout. Matthew Liberatore with the slider retires the number 3 hitter, and 2 are away.
Hey, good adjustment right here by Matthew Liberatore. He 0-2, left one down the middle, just the spinner. This one started down and away. Obviously looked like a fastball out of the hand. That's how he got that swing from Jack Caglione.
So it's Starling Marte. Marte has done great work against St. Louis in his career. 285, 45 runs batted in, 130 games against the Cardinals, almost a full season of work.
Yeah, we have certainly seen him a ton over the years. I've always been a big fan of his game. Another guy that, and he's getting up there in years now, but Starling Marte, always power, athleticism, good arm, good instincts.
0-2. Cut on and missed. Matthew Liberatore bounces back after a solo home run from Witt. Strikes out Caglione and Marte. It's 2-1. We're headed to the second from Kansas City.
Breaking news. Missouri will vote on Amendment 4 this August. Right now, a ballot measure passes in Missouri if it gets a majority of votes statewide. Amendment 4 would end that. Instead of using the total statewide vote, a measure would need to win a majority of votes in all 8 of Missouri's congressional districts in order to pass.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cardinals, the official source for your Cardinals gear. Well, that guy got his Cardinals gear, but his buddy's in Royals garb.
Unreal. Hey, you try to pick your friends the best you can. You try to set yourself up for success, but what are you going to do?
It's one of the best parts about these cross-state rivalries. Be a Cardinal fan your entire life and also be friends with a Royals fan.
No, these ones are always fun too, and the Cardinal contingent always travels well here to Kauffman.
1-1, skied out to left. Collins gives chase. The ballpark's going to hold this one. He'll make the catch on the warning track for out number 1. So Jose Fermin quickly retired. That's exactly what Noah Cameron wants. 27 pitches in the first inning. Trying to mow through this bottom part of the Cardinals order quickly.
No, you're right. As we talked about, look a little off in that first inning. Didn't get some help from his defense. Cardinals able to scrape in a pair. You know that he's going to settle in at some point. You want to be able to catch him before he does.
Pedro Pajes gets the start tonight. Obviously, he's seen his playing time dwindle a bit with the addition of Jimmy Crooks, but he's handled it very well, not only defensively, but offensively. He turns on one, and it's just fouled down the third base side.
Yeah, Stephen, that's a good call, man. This dude is a pro's pro. I mean, he was getting the lion's share of the catching before the call-up of Jimmy Crooks, who look, he forced himself onto this roster. He was swinging it so well at AAA, but Pedro has handled it fantastically, been a big help to this entire staff.
Massey will put that one away. There's your second out of the inning. Cameron looks like he's a little bit more comfortable here in inning number 2.
Yeah, look at burying that cutter, getting in on the hands of some of these right-handed hitters and getting them uncomfortable. We'll see, though, as it turns back over to the top. J.J. Weatherholt singled to the left side, went down and got a sinker.
So back to the top of the order with Weatherholt. J.J. got the fun started with an opposite field single. Cameron has struggled against the lefties this year. Kind of a reverse splits guy, not unlike Matthew Liberatore in 2026.
Yeah, a bit of an oddity, right? And you go back and look at last year, his numbers were better against some of those left-handers. So sometimes the numbers are a bit crazy. Still not enough to stack full of lefties.
JJ drives this to left center. Thomas on his horse. It's going to ring off the wall. JJ moves into second, standing up, a 2-out double, and Weatherholt is seeing the opposite field tonight.
Yeah, Stephen, right on time, mentioning the lefties being able to get to Cameron. Gets to this one, pulls the hands in again. This is a left-on-left slider. Take a look at the pitch. Chevy pitch track, just inside-out stroke. We saw this swing a lot in spring training at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, going the other direction. That is a long way out there to that left center gap.
So it's Herrera with an RBI chance. This is exactly what you want to see from J.J. Weatherholt. Even with 2 outs, he's giving opportunities to the most dangerous part of this order. Herrera walked and later scored in the first inning. Big cut. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, wise decision right there by Cameron to pull the string. You see the smile on the face of Ivan. He said, all right, got me on that one. We'll change up. We'll see which direction Cameron wants to go now.
Herrera is not afraid to be aggressive. You know that about him. Likes to swing early in the count, but he can be patient as well.
Yeah, it really is a perfect combination, Stefan. I mean, this is a guy that obviously he takes his walks. He will make a pitcher work, but he's ready to do damage. That's what you want out of a 2-hole hitter.
1-2, cut on and missed. So Cameron retires the Cardinal threat. But we have a whole lot of fun here at Kauffman Stadium. You know who had a lot of fun? John Jay and Scott Warman. They talked about this ballpark, the dimensions. Listen to them live here.
We're here in the outfield with John Jay at Kauffman Stadium. And dude, this is one of the more spacious outfields in all Major League Baseball, isn't it, buddy?
It is, yeah. And I actually played here in 2018, so I became pretty familiar with this ballpark. But, you know, coming into this year in 2026, there's a few changes out here, so we're going to go check them out.
Yeah, all right. We're going to check out some of the things because the dimensions are a little bit different from what we've seen in years past. Tell some of the Cardinals fans.
Yeah, so, you know, most fields in the corner is always going to be kind of tricky. This one's non-traditional. That's the point where you see it's very round right here, right? So if a ball hits, if the ball starts off foul, it's going to just kind of roll around and just kind of hug this wall. But then if it hits it at this angle, it's going to come off here, and this angle come off here. So this little area is something that we'll go over in pregame and just kind of get to know a little bit better.
Is it much different from most outfields with what they have here with that round?
The corner's always going to be that's where you're going to find your different kinks in different stadiums or whatnot. And yeah, this one's a little bit different how it just kind of wraps around and whatnot. So.
The other thing we see here in the outfield is you got the bullpen there where our Cardinals are going to be at, but you've got the gated fence, but then you've also got the padding. Does that have to work into what you're trying to tell the guys?
Yeah, it's a little different. And then something else you'll notice here is they've moved these fences in 10 feet right here. So these used to be actually 10 feet further back than they are now. And then the wall here used to be 10 feet high. It was a lot harder to rob a home run, and now they're about 8 feet. So that's something a little bit different. But yeah, you know, the ball can hit off this, and it's going to come off solid, and it'll hit off this, and it'll come off soft. And then if it hits the bottom, it's going to come off hard as well. So there's a bunch of different little kinks that are going on here in the outfield.
All right, so seeing and looking at the stadium, and I noticed this in working with Jimmy Edmonds years ago, and he talked about Wrigley Field and how difficult it was because there were no light standards in the outfield, and how sometimes the ball's hit at night. That's difficult. Is that something here? I noticed the night
yeah, that's something that you deal with at Wrigley Field. But here, this is you know, they have a pretty good light system here, and it's pretty lit. But yeah, Wrigley Field is one of those where it's a little bit darker than you would like at night sometimes.
All right, last one, we'll let you go, and we appreciate it, is the fact that seeing the emergence of Jordan Walker, we know about it from an offensive standpoint, but seeing him and what he has done in his build-up, just talk a little about Jordan, what he's done from a defensive standpoint.
I mean, it starts with him. You know, I think this outfield journey with him and myself started last off-season, 2 off-seasons ago, and he's really taken everything to heart, and you see him every day when you come out to batting practice. If you come out to watch, you see him just out there shagging balls, and you know, his attention to detail has really gotten there, and he's comfortable out there, right? This is a position that was new for him in the big leagues, which isn't easy to do, and the more time he spends out there, you see the more comfortable he gets.
Many thanks to John Jay for giving us his time and his insight. I mean, it is unbelievable the amount of work that goes into learning each ballpark and teaching these players the nuance and the differences between Kauffman Stadium, Busch. So it's great that Scott got to talk to him as Perez drives this to right center. Walker on his horse. He's going to leap up, and it's going to hit the wall. Salvador Perez with an opposite field double, and the Royals are driving the baseball all over the place.
Yeah, this is one. It was about to be right on time. Thought that Jordan was going to be able to make another one of those great plays, but just ran out of room. First the pitch, a changeup, center cut that Salvi stays on, drives into that gap. You got Fermin playing off to the other direction and just right on the wall. This will be just over the glove of Jordan Walker.
So the Cardinals lead in peril with Carter Jensen digging in, and he's going to take strike 1. Jensen's riding a 9-game hitting streak. Right guy at the right time for Kansas City.
A little leadoff home run of the ball game yesterday for Carter Jensen.
He's quickly behind the count, 0-2. Another thing about that double from Salvador Perez, John Jay talked about it. We talked about it plenty. They've moved the walls in the corners, and a few years ago, that's probably an out.
Yeah, it is a difference in this ballpark, certainly, and a lot of nuances when it comes to the fencing, the padding. There's a lot that goes into it, and that is something I love getting those opportunities to hear from the coaching staff. John Jay breaking it down with Scotty Warman there. I think there's a misconception oftentimes you get to the big leagues, like, oh man, these guys work so hard to get to the big leagues. They've made it. They're done working. No, like the learning continues.
2-2, ripped to left. Velasquez can't get it. It's out of his reach. Perez is going to score. This game's tied at 2, and an RBI double for Carter Jensen extends his hitting streak to 10 games.
Well, a lot like we talked about with J.J. Weatherholt, if you're going to have success left on left, you better be thinking up the middle. You better be thinking the other way. That's exactly what Carter Jensen was thinking on this sinker from Matthew Liberatore. This thing is middle away. You try to pull it, you roll over. That's what Libby was hoping for. Instead, Jensen takes it that direction and knocks this thing up.
All 3 hits against Liberatore have come with extra bases, and the Cardinals have yet to record an out in the second. We're tied at 2. And this is hit a long way to left, but it'll curl over to Fermin. He makes the catch. Jensen tags. The throw will be way late. So productive out for Nick Lofton, and the leading run is 90 feet away.
Well, right now for Matthew Liberatore, did get an out on that one, but it was still a changeup that was just left center cut for him. Going to need to be more fine within the strike zone.
Runner on third will bring the infield in. It's Isaac Collins. See what he can do here for Kansas City. The first pitch is high for a ball. Collins at 217 with 3 home runs and 20 runs batted in. He's got a lot more playing time with the loss of Kyle Isbell. Right now, if you're Libby, how do you keep the game from speeding up on you?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is something, the more you're out there, the more you learn. I know that he learned a lot last year getting that full slate as a starter.
Shot to third, and Jordan can't get it. Down the line again. Velasquez will let it bounce off the wall. The Royals have a 3-2 lead. They're trading doubles in the bottom of the second. 3 of them already.
Yeah, you were hoping off the bat that Blaze Jordan was going to be able to make a highlight reel play. Unfortunately, too hot of a shot on this one. It was a cutter from Matthew Liberatore. He wanted it in, but I think he wanted that in off the plate to be able to tie up Isaac Collins. Didn't quite get there. He pulls the hands in and kept it fair.
So now 4 extra base hits against the Cardinals. Michael Massey will look to continue the fun bottom of the second that Kansas City's having in front of their home crowd. First pitch. A good one. Slider gets the outside corner. .32 pitches for Liberatore. Infield plays the lefty to pull. He hits it the other way. Velasquez gives chase again. He can't make the play. It bounces in fair territory. Collins will score, and it's 4-2 Royals.
Man, this was off the glove of Velasquez out in left field. We saw the play last inning where he ran into the wall. I think he may have started to peek over at that wall, how close he was getting, and then just lost the baseball. Obviously a play right here that needs to be made down the line isn't. And now it's a 4-2 lead for the Royals.
That's an error on Nelson Velasquez. Back to the top of the order we go with Lane Thomas. Thomas grounded out to second his first time up. May have to face Bobby Witt again. But Thomas is behind in the count 0-2. Three doubles and a fielding error put the Cardinals in a 2-run hole. Tried the curveball, it was too low.
Well, that's where you want to miss right there. 0-2 count, seeing if you can get Lane Thomas to expand his zone a bit.
It's a Royals team that's happy to be home. Score almost a run more when they're at home versus on the road in 2026. 1-2. Tried to tie up Thomas and wasn't granted by Ryan Blakeney. And this is smoked to left center. That'll bring home the 5th run of the game for Kansas City. It gets to the wall. Velasquez picks it up. 4th double of the inning. It's 5-2.
Well, take a look at this one again. Chevy pitch tracks. You'll see behind the plate where Pedro Pajes wants this. Trying to go up and in here on Lane Thomas. It ends up belt high middle, and he does not miss the mistake. Location has been a huge issue early in this game for Matthew Liberatore, and unfortunately for him, Stefan, the Royals have not missed.
Dusty Blake, the pitching coach for St. Louis, will make his way out to the mound. One of the big hallmarks of the last series against San Diego was starting pitching going deeper into games. Liberatore being worked quite a bit through an inning and a third.
Yeah, Dusty out there trying to just give him a little bit of a breather. Maybe he sees something mechanically for him, but it just comes down to pitch execution. Nothing shaking in the bullpen yet for the Cardinals.
Let's have a quick word from our friends at Rally House.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
So after all that, 4 doubles in the inning, 4 runs already, you got to face Bobby Witt.
Well, you still have the opportunity to be careful in this spot. You do have first base open. I know you got a lot of traffic, but certainly no need to pile in center cut fastballs as the curveball gets ahead here for Matthew Liberatore at the bottom of the zone.
And Witt hits it the other way. Walker is going to field it. They're going to wave home the runner. Thomas will score easily. Burleson cuts it off, throw to second late. And the Royals are getting everything they want right now.
Well, Stefan, it's been crazy. Like, I don't think the Royals have missed a fastball. They've been on a little bit of everything from Matthew Liberatore. But this one, again, it's center cut at 94, and Bobby Witt Jr. just goes inside out. Doesn't get too big on his swing. Doesn't try to power up. Just drives in yet another run.
The Royals have 5 hits this inning. They haven't had a base runner standing on first. (6-2) as Caglione swings and misses. Gordon Graceffo getting some tosses in the Cardinals bullpen in case he's needed early in this game. One popped away, but Pages kept it close. You know how aggressive Bobby Witt can be on the base paths.
Bobby Witt Jr. sitting on 28 stolen bases on the season.
Two balls and a strike. And it's just a touch low. 3-1. Caglione, the 8th Royals hitter to come up this inning. Three-one pitch on the ground to second. Weatherholt will fire to first. There's your second out.
As you see, Graceffo warming up on the far right mound. Usually there's a right mound and a left mound. Obviously they've got the 3 rubber setup, which you don't see very often, Stephen. That's in case you want to get a lefty, a righty, and a Saint up that throws with both arms in the middle. That's a really weird setup.
You can have somebody that's doing a chest pass, like a basketball chest pass.
Yeah, it can work on some plyometrics out there while everybody's warming up. Plenty of room out in the bullpen, obviously.
5-run inning for the Royals. Liberatore looking to stop the bleeding here against Marte, and that'll leave the count at 1-1.
Obviously our hope, and Matthew Liberatore's hope, was not to be showing anything in the bullpen in the second inning against the Royals here at Kauffman, but here we are.
Pitch to Marte, serve down the line, it's fair. Walker's going to try to track that down. Yet another double for Kansas City makes it 7-2. They've batted through the order, and Salvador Perez, who led off the inning with a double, will try to bring home Starling Marte, and that might be the end of the line for Matthew Liberatore.
Oh boy, this is a tough one right here. 7 runs, 6 extra base hits, and a very, very short evening for Matthew Liberatore.
So the Cardinals are going to make a change. Looks to be Gordon Graceffo. They're down by 5. We'll be back in a few.
Gate. Then they got outmaneuvered. Blew the lead.
Tower, we got a loser on our sides.
Negative, Tower. His win is a go. With Bet365's early payout, I won the second they went up big.
Get paid out early with Bet365.
Welcome back. The Cardinals have let things unravel a bit. 7-2. The Royals leading. Our Chevy call to the bullpen brings Gordon Graceffo to the mound. Just trying to retire Perez and let the bats work their way back in this one.
Yeah, look, need a change of pace for Gordon Graceffo. The job is simple. Stop the bleeding here in the second inning as he pours in strike 1 at 96 miles an hour.
Perez doubled to the opposite field to start the inning. 6 hits, 5 of them for extra bases for the Royals. And Graceffo slips on his delivery. That's a balk. It's going to move Marte up 90 feet.
Let's take a look at this one again here. What happens with Graceffo? He comes up, and that right leg, that plant leg, just kicks out from under him. That was odd.
The 0-1 pitch bounced to short. And Wynn will retire Perez. Very productive offensive inning for Matt Quatrero's Royals. They lead 7-2. Cardinals look to get some back when we come back at Kauffman Stadium.
fans, and more room save lives.
Celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2006 World Series Championship. Every issue of Cardinals magazine this season. Learn more at cardinals.com/magazine. Well, partner, the Redbirds find themselves in a bit of a hole, down by 5, and Noah Cameron has big cushion to play with.
Yeah, look, it's going to happen, right? You're going to run into those bad innings. That was arguably the worst half inning the Cardinals have played all season long. One thing this team, though, has been able to do is flush it, right? Forget about it, go back in. Ollie's talked about this multiple times, and they've had some rough innings, that the vibe coming back into the dugout has been a great one. Hopefully the case here again tonight. Still a lot of baseball left to play.
And Walker chases up 0-2. Walker drove home the first run of the game on a ground ball to short. Bobby Witt couldn't handle, and that's a product of how hard this man hits the baseball.
You're right. That was 110 off the bat, and Bobby Witt, who knows this infield as well as anybody, expected it to hop up. It stayed down, and unfortunately that one stayed down under the bat of Jordan Walker. A strikeout for Noah Cameron.
That's second strikeout of the night for Cameron. Brings up Nelson Velasquez. Nelson walked his first trip. A tough play in the corner and left. Ruled an error, and mentally coming back up to the plate. I'm sure you want to try and make up for that.
I saw a guy do that in this game. Bobby Witt Jr. made the error and then hit a homer.
And he'll hit this out to left center. Collins isn't going to get that. Velasquez will move into second with a lead, a one-out double, excuse me. So with Alec Burleson coming up, let's go down to Scott Warman.
Well, Stefan, as we all know, it's a 17-game hitting streak, a career high for Alec Burleson. Talked to Ali Marmol earlier today about it. He said, look, Scott, he just feels so good right now. Mentally, he's well prepared. He's got confidence. He's got conviction. He says, really, if he's going to make it out, he's going to blame it on himself. He's so confident, Stefan, that he doesn't think that these pitchers right now can get him out. It's all on him, and he's really hot right now.
Thanks so much, Scott. Burleson chased out of the zone there, and I was reading an article today by Ben Hockman about how Burleson approaches his success at the plate, and there's always more room for growth. That's a leader. That's the sort of veteran presence that he could provide even as young as he is.
Yeah, complacency will kill you in anything that you do, right? There's always room to grow, whether it's in preparation or whether it's in just slight adjustments. But this is a guy that is not afraid to work, and you're absolutely right. When you have your guys, and look, it's crazy to call Burley a veteran at this point, but look how young this ball club is. When you have your guys like Alec Burleson, who are your hardest workers, your young guys fall in line. They follow those tendencies. You got a group that is full of good habits.
Cameron's 2-1. Hit to shallow left, but it'll hang up for Collins. There's your second out. So Velasquez has to scamper back to second base, and here comes Mason Wynn.
All right, little two-out question for you here, Stefan, as this is your first big league game and the first time that we've worked a full game together. I got to know, you keep score in pen or pencil?
Pencil.
Amateur hour runs in the family.
I don't want to have to use whiteout.
What do you mean? They make it in this whole tape thing. You can use the whole thing in one game if you make enough mistakes.
Wynn swinging at the first pitch. Brad, I went to Georgia. Letters and numbers are complicated as it is for me.
Good call. There was no Dixie State College of Utah, that's for sure. Or as they call Utah Tech now. The Harvard of Southern Utah.
1-1 to Wynn. Mason lined out to center. He's hit the ball hard a bunch of times this year, but has been unlucky with where they've ended up.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job lately, though, of using the right side of the field. Going to look to do so here.
1-1. He'll bend out of the way of that. A situation like this, you're down by 5. Try and scratch a couple runs across. You don't have to get them all back at once. 2-1. Wynn was Fooled by that breaking ball.
And way out in front, pulled the string right there, did Cameron. Still got the most important strike left, though. Mason's going to take his time out, regroup, and see how he thinks he's going to be attacked. After that changeup, got some options. Could run that cutter in on the hands or the slider in on him or go back away. I think the hands are fast enough here for Mason Wynn to be able to turn on something on the inner half.
2-2, check swing. He didn't go around, but Perez is going to challenge.
I think that Perez is going to be right on this one. A good curveball.
ABS challenge presented by T-Mobile. The whole ball's in the zone. So Wynn is retired. The Cardinals are blanked in the top of the third. It stays at 7-2 when the Royals come back up next.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by your Mid-America Chevy dealers. By Rally House St. Louis, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. Graceffo back out there for the Cardinals. He'll have 6, 7, and 8 due up in a 5-run hole. Carter Jensen tied the game at 2. The second hitter featured in that second inning of offense where the Royals scored 6 runs.
That was a great swing, too, by Carter. A sinker away from him, used that side of the field, went down the left field line.
Jensen's going to club this out to left center. Fermin moves to the gap. It'll bend over to Velasquez, and he'll make the play for your first out of the inning. So Graceffo has retired each of the first 2 hitters he's faced, one on the ground, one in the air. I feel like this is the part of the order where you have to attack if you're the Cardinals.
Well, you're absolutely right on that one, Stephen. Bottom of the order there. I mean, look, anybody can clip you at any given point, but you don't want traffic on when this turns back over to the top of the order. The question really for Graceffo coming into this one is, how much length can he give you? This is a guy that's giving you 1+ in about half of his innings. He's giving you more, or half of his appearances, giving you more than 1 inning. His longest outing of the season was 2 1/3 so far this year.
Came up through the minors as a starter. This isn't unfamiliar for him, but certainly recently hasn't had to do the mop-up job. That's been a credit to this Cardinals pitching staff. Peel down to first. Trip Gibson says that Lofton couldn't hold up. But there haven't been too many starts that have required the Cardinals to go to the bullpen this early.
No, you're right. You're right. The blow-up games have been few and far between for Dusty Blake's pitching staff, and they've been able to right the ship for the most part.
2-1 shot into left center. Fermin's not getting that. Lofton moves into second base. Another double for Kansas City. And Ollie Marmol talked about this, putting Fermin in center. Not that he was going to be able to make a play on that hard hit baseball, but would the Royals be able to hit the baseball in the gaps? And so far the answer has been yes.
Yeah, the gaps are large, but to your point, probably has less to do with the center fielder than the pitches that have been there. That one just 96 center cut that he was able to stroke into the gap.
So it's Isaac Collins. He also has doubled for Kansas City. He pulls it down the line, almost had another. Seven of 9 Kansas City Royals have doubled tonight.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The only single was Bobby Witt Jr., little inside out. He also hit a home run.
Here 1. Hit to right. Walker strides over. He'll make the play. Hard hit baseball this time finds a Cardinal, and 2 are retired in the Kansas City third. Cardinals will have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the top of the 4th. Hopefully down by just 5. Got to get through Michael Massey. Brad, you've pitched here. You pitched at Kauffman Stadium. What is unique about this ballpark, especially as a reliever?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it is a pitcher-friendly place generally, but the gaps are big. That is one of the things, right? So you really just kind of have to trust in your defenders. You want to attack. You're generally not afraid of the long ball in this place. Now, to your earlier point, they did bring the fences down both lines about 10 feet, dropped it by 2 feet. So trying to get a little bit more offense in these ballparks, but really attacking is always going to be a key. But we've seen all strikes aren't made equal. The Cardinals have just made too many middle mistakes here against an offense that, let's be honest, with the Royals offense this year, they have not been clipping the ball at a torrid pace, right? I mean, the offense has been down for them, but not tonight.
How was the mound?
It's awesome. Awesome. Well, I mean, I enjoyed, and boy, my ERA as a Royal doesn't reflect it, but I did enjoy pitching here.
Graceffo battles back. It's a 3-1 count.
I love this ballpark too. Kauffman is, to me, it's beautiful, and for what we do, right? The vantage points are amazing. I love the fountains in here. This is one of my favorite ballparks, Stefan, to get a chance to go to work at. Now, this is your first time in this ballpark, so what are your first impressions of Kauffman?
Yeah, it's totally different in person than watching on TV. The fountains, just the atmosphere in the outfield, a whole lot to look at. I'm sure that plays a hand in trying to play defense. You're not looking at a bunch of seats. You have a ton to look at that isn't really anything like other places you might see.
Yeah, I dig it. Little something different, absolutely. Now, obviously, be a change in the future as the Royals eyeing a new downtown ballpark.
Payoff pitch is high and outside. So Massey draws a walk. Back to the top of the order we go. And I guess you did have a base to give against the lefty. You can go righty-righty against Lane Thomas.
I'll see if Graceffo is able to get to him at this point in the game. Look, you're not trying to give out any free passes, but no harm, no foul on that one.
First walk issued by a Cardinals pitcher tonight. 2 aboard, 2 out. Lane Thomas will see Graceffo and take inside for ball 1. Thomas has hit in every inning of this game. Grounded out to second in the first, had an RBI double in the second. Here he is with another RBI chance in the third.
Cardinal fans obviously know Lane Thomas well. Came over from Toronto, 3 seasons in St. Louis. Had some really productive seasons for Lane Thomas as a member of the Nationals. He was the Nationals Player of the Year in 2022 and 2023. Sure, for Lane, he's just happy to be healthy this year. He's limited to 39 games last year. A couple of different injuries kept him sidelined.
We touched on it before the game started, all the injuries for Kansas City, as Thomas goes fishing on a slider at 90. 2-2.
Yeah, they've been beat up, boy, and for Matt Quatrero, just trying to piece it together. We showed you the injuries that they have from a offensive standpoint. He's got a bunch of pitchers on the shelf as well. Chris Bubich, Seth Lugo, who will be coming back this series. Alec Marsh, Cole Reagans. I mean, they got some dudes that are not available. So I mean, there's a reason why their team is sitting where they're at right now. Back-to-back winning seasons for Matt Quatrero's team. I mean, they played awesome baseball the last couple of years. They like the job he's doing so well. Gave him a 3-year extension coming into this season.
Bit of an anomaly to be sitting at 30 and 45 in what is widely considered a wide open division, the AL Central. The 2-2 is popped back foul. But you've had not just the Royals struggling, but the Tigers Seen the Guardians maintain what they've done over the last few years. The Chicago White Sox have been one of baseball's great stories in 2026.
Yeah, they have. Sorry if I'm a little slow. I'm still Googling anomaly. My general partner doesn't use big words.
Two. Inside out swing. Nearly spun it inside the chalk.
What an anomaly. Look at that hat right there. That is a good looking lid and eating nachos out of a helmet. Dynamic combo. Stefan has the shirt. I could see you rocking something like that.
Be perfect, especially with this weather. Weather Holt will throw to first, and the side retired. Clean inning for Gordon Graceffo through 3. The Royals lead 7-2. Redbirds try to change that. Up next.
Missouri 811.
Hey Barbie, it's Barbie game day on June 25th when the Cardinals face the Diamondbacks. Fans with a theme ticket will take home an exclusive Barbie and Cardinals sequin cap. Details at cardinals.com/theme. And Blaze Jordan pokes one out to left. That's dropping, and it's down for a leadoff base hit. Don't always have to hit him hard, but Cardinals will take it. Jordan's first hit of the road trip.
And this cutter from Noah Cameron gets in on the hands of Blaze Jordan, but able to dump it in there right over the head of Nick Lofton. Nick almost made a fantastic play on that one, but the Cardinals got their leadoff man on here.
One thing about this Cardinals team is they fight no matter what. They're not a team that rolls over, and especially early in the game, you trust that they're going to be able to push some runs across. Jose Fermin will take outside ball 1.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jose Fermin push something through the right side. It is wide open up there. Michael Massey is shaded up the middle.
1-0. Tried it.
He did. Makes it hard to do, right? You know how your defense is aligned. You try to pitch accordingly in that spot. Cameron trying to throw that hard cutter in. It's darn near impossible to take that through the right side.
You know, this is going to be prime real estate when the team moves downtown. That right side, though, that's like beachfront property. If Fermin can push it that way.
I can't afford that, Stefan.
There's a water feature out in right field, so I guess it's close enough.
That I can do. Yeah, a little water feature makes anything nicer.
2-1. Check swing by Fermin, and it was a strike anyway. That was a nasty pitch from Cameron.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the curveball of Noah Cameron, rightfully so. I mean, opponents came in hitting 111 against that pitch, but I've been really impressed with his changeup today.
2-2. Fermin stays alive. We'll talk about water features. Got word from my dad that the one we have at home is going to have some new residents.
Is it operational? All right, is. Dad, your pops has been working on the pond at the place. He has some goldfish. They froze over the winter. He named at least one of them Brad. Brad died, but I think that goldfish are interchangeable in the circle of life. Maybe some goldfish out there. A little koi pond. There's no fish out there.
Have to swim against stream with water pouring down. Two in the dirt. So a full count. Top of the order looming for St. Louis. Get 2 aboard and maybe a little bit of power this inning. Suddenly you're right back in the ball game.
That's it. Chipping away, as you mentioned. This is a very, look, it got lopsided early. A 6-run second will do that to you. But a little here and there. This Cardinal bullpen being able to hold down the Royals and hopefully some offense throughout.
3-2, knuckled into left. That's sinking and down for a hit. So a couple of bloops for the Cardinals set them up nicely in the 4th inning, and here comes Pedro Pages.
And Noah Cameron saying, man, I made my pitch twice and I have not got the result that I wanted. It's very similar to the pitch that he threw Blaze Jordan. It's that cutter, it's up, it's in, it's on the hands, but Jose Fermin able to get to it, dumps it out into left, and the Cardinals have a couple of guys on with nobody out.
So the first pitch to Pages is a beauty. That was right down the middle, 0-1. Like we said, Pedro has had limited action, but has done pretty well offensively since embracing his new role.
Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's not easy to be the guy that's getting most of the reps. Prior to Crooks getting called up, I mean, he was catching 3 times a week, so there's a lot of at-bats there, but he works every day as if he's in the starting lineup.
Certainly knows this pitching staff better than any other catcher on the roster, and there's value in that for a team like St. Louis that have so many young starters.
Yeah, and it's more, you know, like when you have a catcher, it's much more than just knowing a guy's arsenal, like what he's good at. You gotta have to know how they tick too, like how they work. And that takes time, building relationships, and something that Pedro has been able to do very well, as has Herrera and Crooks in his limited action and time in the big leagues.
Cameron's 1-2 pitch on the ground, just fouled to third. See the game plan from Noah Cameron. Work it inside to the righty and maybe get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, look, right there with Pedro up, a hot shot to third. I don't want to see 3 for the price of 1. Heads up on that, but he's doing a good job with the right-handers of getting inside. I realize that Blaze Jordan and Jose Fermin, both of them were able to get to one there, but not able to get the barrel to anything. Now, this is where you might see him turn over that changeup going away.
A lot of room on the right side, as has been granted to the majority of the righties for St. Louis. Cameron with a long look in, the pitch. Pages continues to fight.
Went heater in again, and look, the difference early on with these pair of lefties is location. Where are you putting the ball? That one, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It was in off the plate, unfortunately for Libby. Just too many misses over it.
One thing we have seen from Pedro in spurts throughout his career, a lot of pull side power.
Maybe get something here at a 2-2 count that he can yank.
Now a full count. Cardinals have forced Cameron to work hard here. No outs in the top of the 4th, already 15 pitches. Big one in this game. 2 on, nobody out. He deals home, and Pedro comes up empty.
Noah Cameron went right back to the well. He had missed with the changeup on the previous pitch, and then this time able to get on top of it, bury it. Pretty good spot.
So now it's J.J. Weatherholt. He's been very productive today. Opposite field single, double to left center. Now he hits one the other way, deep to left. Did he keep it fair? It is just foul. We are seeing the oppo power from J.J. Weatherholt.
Well, it's just a young player that's taking what is given, right? If you try to get into that pull side power and somebody's pitching you away all the time, all you're going to do is run into outs. He's making adjustments quickly.
Hit to right, sinking in front of Marte, and he hawks it down. So J.J. with a half swing, hit it just a bit too hard, and 2 are out in the top of the 4th.
Had him out in front of that changeup. We were just talking about pitches on the outer half, being able to take it that way. Unfortunately, in the 3rd at bat, J.J. couldn't take it the other direction.
So now it's up to Herrera. He's hitless tonight. This will be the 3rd time he sees Cameron. First pitch is in the dirt. 1-0. 5 of the 8 home runs allowed by Noah Cameron have come off the bat of right-handed hitters. Herrera is certainly a candidate for that. And he gets hit. There's number 20. Ivan Herrera is going to reach, and the bases are loaded.
It really makes no sense to me why Herrera gets hit as many times as he does. Now, this is one of the ones that you'll take a glancing blow on this four-seam fastball, 94 in, but just head and shoulders the leader here when it comes to hit by pitches on the season. We'll take a look at it again. Noah Cameron wants to get in here on Herrera, and that one just grazes the sleeve.
So the Cardinals will take it. Herrera on first. Fermin on second. Blaze Jordan at third. Brian Sweeney, the pitching coach for the Royals, out to have a word with Noah Cameron because you got to face Jordan Walker.
Yeah, hopefully Brian Sweeney said, look, throw him a fastball down the middle. He can't hit it. That would be my hope. I don't think he said that.
Walker hit the ball hard right at Bobby Witt his first time up. It brought home the game's first run on an error. See if he can do something here. First pitch, breaking ball. Misses 1-0.
You could tell Salvi behind the plate thought about challenging that one, as it looked like it may have hit that inside corner, but Walker ahead, 1-0.
He was trying to drive that ball over the State Farm sign. 1-1.
So
great numbers with the bases loaded in his career.
He's been really good, and that's that curveball, right? You oftentimes wonder, how do guys swing at that? It bounces in the dirt. Well, that's what makes Cameron's breaking ball so good. It looks like a fastball right out of the hand. You think it's going to be at the bottom of the zone and just disappears.
1-1, bases loaded. Cameron's pitch. See if he goes back to the changeup. That's been a really tough pitch to hit if you're a right-handed hitter for the Cardinals.
Well, it is something Jordan's done a better job of being able to look that direction as he takes his time out here with 2 strikes. I wonder if Cameron also might be thinking to himself, maybe I double back up, go back up and in with either the four-seam fastball or that cutter.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Check swing. He didn't go. Went right back up with the fastball.
So he did double up. So now this is where you got to be thinking, all right, does he land on that changeup, which he's thrown a lot in his ball game today, or the curveball? That's been his best pitch all season long.
25th pitch of the inning. On the ground to short. Bobby Witt backhands. He's got no play. He's bent over in left field, shaken up on the hard hit grounder by Walker. Drive home the 3rd run of the game for St. Louis, but you absolutely hate to see this if you're a Royals fan.
Great to see him pop up right there. We'll end up getting a look at this at some point, seeing if he rolled up on anything. Don't know if it was rolling up on the glove. Maybe a knee, could have rolled under him too, maybe knocked the wind out of him. You see he's trying to move around that lower half. Let's see. It was the curveball, a hot shot to Witt. You thought he was going to make that perfect play. I don't know if his leg got stuck too as he was trying to get his maybe looked like he did the splits a little bit too there up from the knees.
Looked like he was pointing at his right knee, which would be the knee that he planted on. Now he's holding on to his right wrist.
Yeah, that was an odd play. Cardinals able to apply some pressure. He got to it. Looked like he was going to make a highlight reel one and just couldn't get it. So the Cardinals still have bases loaded.
So Bobby Witt looks like he's going to stay in the game. One of the game's best players. Cardinals and Royals fans alike giving tons of credit on what was a very difficult play and physically taxing But this will bring the tying run to the plate for the Cardinals. Nelson Velasquez doubled the gap his last time up. Cameron has to be careful. Nelson does his best work against left-handed pitchers.
And as we talked about earlier, he does his best work early in counts. Anything straight within the strike zone, he's going to be ready to pull the trigger.
Cameron's first pitch floats inside, ball 1. You're up by 4, but you're not going to be pitching around Velasquez in this spot. However, this is what really has been nice for the Cardinals, more options. And that kicks away from Perez, but not far enough to advance Fermin. 2-0.
Well, you're in a great spot, and Stephen, you're right. Look, the Cardinals made the move a couple of weeks ago, bringing Velasquez up. They wanted some right-handed thump. They wanted him for situations like this. Now he finds himself in a great count, looking for something up that he can drive with 2 outs. Career numbers with the bases loaded. Does have 1 grand slam.
Knows this ballpark well. 2-0 gets the outside corner. 2-1.
Big time pitch right there. 2-0 changeup. Been able to lean on that one to steal strikes. Also burying it with 2 of them.
Velasquez in the driver's seat. Bases loaded. Cardinals have added 1 back. Check swing. They said he went around. Cardinals bench not too happy.
A back-to-back changeups. Velasquez going to take his time out. Does Cameron go back to it again? I think he might go with that curveball now after a couple of changeups.
Big opportunity for the Cardinals, down by 4. Cameron's 2-2. Turned on, just foul. Fermin had to hit the deck.
That was a slider in off the plate by almost a foot, and Velasquez able to get barrel to it. So you open him up inside. Chances are you're going to want to go back away from him. That's screaming changeup again.
Two. Called strike 3. Velasquez was thinking about something else. So Cameron gets out of trouble, but the Cardinals get a run back. It's 7-3 as we go to the
best photo lab and film transfers. All at Schiller's on Manchester in Brentwood.
Stiefel is stitched into Cardinals tradition and into the fabric of St. Louis. Proudly worn on every jersey, Stiefel is investing in excellence in our hometown and across the nation. That's Stiefel. So Tyler Tolbert will check in for Bobby Witt Jr. His night is done. After a home run, an RBI single, and tough play at short caused a bit of discomfort.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, right, for Matt Quatrero and the Royals.
Tolbert at .235 this year, 17 at bats. Big opportunity for the Cardinals in top half of the 4th inning. They left them loaded, and that's sort of been a story for this offense over the last few weeks. Even though they've been winning, a lot of base runners left stranded.
Yeah, obviously situations that you want to be able to capitalize on. I will say in the month of June, Cardinals been better with runners in scoring position, hitting to a .274 clip on the month, but on the day 1 for 10, right? So those are the ones that you want to be able to cash in, especially when the Royals had a lopsided lead early.
Tolbert, a speedster for the Royals. He can play a number of different positions. Plays the outfield, can play short. Quick inning from Graceffo would give 5, 6, and 7 a chance to come right back up. Steven Cruz was warming up for Kansas City. He has since sat back down. Obviously, every inning that Cameron can get and save the bullpen is an advantage after Liberatore's inning and 2/3 today. 3-2. Tolbert stays alive.
That's something right now. You never want that in the first game of a series, right? To be able to, or to have to utilize a bunch of your bullpen. So you might have a couple of guys that you ask for multiple innings out of. Luckily, though, as we mentioned, the Padres series, Cardinals bullpen's fresh. They've got a good little breather there as Tolbert draws a walk here against Graceffo in the 4th.
I'm going to bring up Jack Caglione. Out of the University of Florida. Pitcher, first baseman, played the outfield a bit for the Gators. First tonight with Vinny Pasquantino down. Change up from Graceffo is away, ball 1.
Yeah, this young man, very, very talented. 6 overall pick back in 2024. And I'm sure that the St. Louis Cardinals probably hold a special place in his heart. He was able to get his first big league hit, first big league RBI against the Cardinals. That was in his 2nd major league game off of Miles Michaelis.
It's the only Royal that is hitless today, as Graceffo chases Tolbert back to the bag. I should clarify, the only Royal that started the game that's hitless. The other is Tyler Tolbert, who's on first after a leadoff walk. Graceffo's 2-0. Hit hard the other way to left. All Velasquez can do is watch that sail over the wall. Caglione with an opposite field 2-run homer.
Well, Stefan, you talked about the big-time power that Caglione possesses. He showed it off right there. Fastball away at 94 miles an hour. Stays on it and drives it out of the ballpark. That's a big swing.
So it's Starling Marte. And he will hit one into left to follow up the Caglione homer. Everything is falling for Kansas City. Their 10th hit of the night already. We're in the 4th inning.
I don't know about you. I'm a little excited to see a single. That was nice. Something different. Double play in order. Let's see if Graceffo can get something on the ground here.
Royals have had their struggles this year offensively, but they've turned the corner this month. Coming into tonight, 276 batting average with runners in scoring position. The Cardinals have seen, I think, a little bit better of a batting average than that from this Royals team.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, Stefan. You'll come to realize that, but I can say it's over 276 tonight.
(1-0). Marte's running, and foul ball bails out a great jump. Picked a good pitch to go on, too. Activity in the Cardinals bullpen. 1-1 pitch to Perez is hit back foul. Appears to be Justin Brule and the newest Cardinal, Max Radjic. Cool to get to see him getting some work in, and not a bad game to do it.
No, absolutely. Got a chance to see a major league debut today if Max Radjic gets into the ball game, which you assume he likely will if the score stays anywhere near where it's at right now.
Radjic's wearing number 71. That number is significant for 2 reasons. It's the number that Radjic will wear in his major league debut. As Marte goes again, this is hit hard to center. Fermin makes the catch. Starling will scamper back to first. The throw is going to be late. but also for number 71. That is the amount of years that Tom Mee has been on the planet.
How about that? Our esteemed director, Tom Mee. Happy birthday, Tom.
Rumor has it that Max Rajic chose 71 for Tom Mee.
Yeah, you want to talk about a guy that knows what he's doing. He's going to get so many good camera angles tonight.
So it's Carter Jensen. Well, we love you, Tom, and we wish you a Rajical birthday.
God, you are your father's son, aren't you?
No denying it. Hairline isn't receding yet, though, so that's a plus.
Shots taken. I'm not here for it. Just calling the game. Did get a message earlier from somebody who shall remain nameless that said this never happens when I'm here. It was your dad.
Was it Voldemort?
Nope, nope. Can say his name. That's fine.
1-1.
I got to be honest with you. This is another one. I don't know a ton of Harry Potter. But should I? Is that something I should dig into?
It's great. You're missing out if you
Okay.
haven't seen the global phenomenon. One of the best movie series out there.
Okay. All right.
From Rajical to Magical. We're covering all the bases.
Yes.
In the bottom of the fourth
Where
inning.
you at on Star Wars, Stefan? I want to know about this. You a beam me up kind of guy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I think Star Wars is great. Has its place, just like all the other movies of the era. What a great movie decade the 70s was. And then, of course, the 80s followed up with so many cult classics.
You don't know.
My
You
favorite,
don't know.
my
You're
favorite
a
movies
baby.
from 1979.
What's your favorite movie?
Apocalypse Now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you something right now. I haven't seen it. It's pretty bad. I also haven't seen Hoosiers still.
Yeah, that is.
Have you seen Hoosiers?
Oh, of course.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, Gene Hackman.
Yeah. Is it Jimmy Chitwood? Is that who it is? Boy, I hope I got that right.
I hope so too. 3-2, Marte's running again, and Jensen will just get enough to foul it off Pages. Marte is getting his wind sprints in.
Yeah, I hope he's got his Apple Watch on. Every step counts. Every step counts.
Yep.
At this point, that one did get a piece of Pages behind the plate. He looks to be doing okay.
Jensen has an RBI double and a fly out to left. Marte staying put this time. Another foul ball by Jensen, and Marte clapping.
Yeah, say that, baby. Way to save me some steps.
And a way to do it when I wasn't running.
Let's see. Hopefully him not running could turn into a 2-ball right here. Get something down in the zone.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat here from Graceffo. There he goes, and he drives it down the right field line. Burleson had to move with Marte taken off. Jensen moves into second. It's his second double of the evening, and the Royals have him second and third with only one out.
Yeah, the hits just keep on coming. It's another double, a slider down and in, goes down and get it. The Royals, if you're just watching them for the first time, you're thinking, man, these guys bash the baseball all season long. Has not necessarily been the case, but they have had the Cardinals pitching number.
So Ollie Marmol is going to make a change here. He's going to head out to the mound and pull Gordon Graceffo. Might see the debut of Max Rajic here. It appears to be the case. So Rajic will come in and we will step aside.
The flip. Nailed it.
We're back, and Max Rajic is making his major league debut. Our Chevy call to the bullpen is a fun one. Number 71 for St. Louis. Those are his numbers from AAA Memphis. 2.88 ERA. You love to see the strikeout to walk ratio.
Yeah, Stephen, look, this is not the game that the Cardinals envisioned, but this is a moment that Max Radjic has envisioned his entire life. Congratulations to him.
First major league hitter Max will face is Nick Lofton. He'll take high for ball 1. Infield plays in. Cardinals down by 6 after a 2-run home run by Caglione earlier this inning. Trying to keep it at a 6-run deficit. And this is on the ground by Blaze Jordan, inside the line and fair. Marte scores, Jensen scores, and you guessed it, another double for the Kansas City Royals.
Well, they just continue to jump on it. It really has been incredible in this ball game, Stefan. The approach against the fastballs, and it doesn't matter if they're up, down, in, out. That one was down and in. Was not a bad sinker at 95 from Max Radjic. Was down and in to Nick Lofton, but he kept it fair. Another double, another run in.
8 doubles by the Royals tonight. 11 was their team record. That happened in 2003 against the New York Yankees. Cardinals allowed 8 doubles in a game just last year, April 6th, 2025, in Boston against the Red Sox. Here's a strike from Radjic. Healthy 96 on the inside corner.
Well, Radjic, look, he's put up some big numbers. You showed the numbers that he had. One of the big things, though, when you talk to those around the organization of why they love this kid, it's his mentality. He is a bulldog. He is a fighter.
This is skied out to right. Walker drifts back. He'll camp underneath. And the throw will come into third. It's a laser beam, but it's just late. Man, the arm strength of Jordan Walker makes fly balls that should have no chance at a double play make you think about sending a runner from second.
Yeah, like he makes things interesting for sure. Walker, we had the numbers earlier. He's got 6 outfield assists already. So not only a threat offensively, but the last couple of years turned himself into quite the outfielder.
So Max Radjic's first out in the big leagues is a fly out to Jordan Walker. The number 9 hitter Michael Massey with Lofton standing 90 feet away. Feeds him curveball for strike 1.
That's a really nice breaking ball right there. As we were talking to Ollie earlier about Radjic, so one of the things that he really likes about him, the competitiveness he brought up, but he also has a starter's arsenal. This guy has been a starter in the minor leagues up until this year.
Popped up in foul ground. That'll get off the netting and out of play. And we also talked to Ollie about the decision making process that went into bringing Radjic up. There were other options in Memphis that you could have added to the 40-man, but he said that Radjic's experience was one of the main factors, and the fact that he's bided his time. He's deserved this opportunity.
Yeah, he was the next man up, and I think that Ollie is very excited in what they potentially have in him. And now, just like they've done with every other reliever that you've seen to this point, because I mean, really, when you're looking at the Cardinals bullpen, they have built a very good bullpen. This wasn't guys that you just plug in. It's like, well, this guy's been the 9th inning forever, and this guy's been the 8th inning. No, they've had to build it. They expect to be able to build this guy up into something special.
The 0-2 taken by Massey. A lot of black diamonds on the scorebook tonight. Doesn't mean we can't still have a great time in watching Max Radjic's major league debut.
Disagree, Stefan. Mine are green diamonds. Green diamonds, although my green is running out of ink.
1-2. Check swing. No appeal down.
You don't happen to have another green pen, do you?
Got highlighters.
That'll do.
Two. Again, tried to get Massey to chase that high fastball. If Massey reaches here, the Royals will begin their 4th trip through the order. The payoff pitch. Radjic showing a couple of those pitches. Nice curveball there. Starters arsenal. Cardinals have converted quite a few starters into relievers. That's sort of the natural progression. Try to get Massey again here. Hit high in the air to left center. Velasquez on his horse. Fermin meets him, and Nelson just hauls it in shy of the wall. Rajic records his first 2 major league outs. Welcome to the big leagues, Max Rajic. It's 11.
Values our founders shared. USAA, taking care of our own.
Our Budweiser, what's on tap? There's a whole lot in store for the Cardinals here in Kansas City tomorrow, 7:15 on Apple TV+. But don't miss Sunday, 12:45 p.m. We'll see Dustin May after his complete game shutout.
Yeah, he was so good. He's been outstanding. The first couple of games for Dustin May, the outliers of this season. Since then, he's been pump and strike, getting swing and miss, and just proven that he is healthy and looking to have a fantastic 2026. What a scheduling oddity, too. A weird off day on Saturday. World Cup here in Kansas City. You going to the soccer match?
I'm not, but I'm going to find somewhere to watch it. I'm sure there's plenty of places. 2-1 is hammered into the netting by Burleson. 2-2. It's been one of the cool parts about walking around downtown. We had lunch. All different jerseys from different nationalities, people in town to watch the beautiful game. Burleson comes up empty on a sinker up in the zone. Another strikeout for Noah Cameron. That's his 6th of the evening.
Now, did you play any soccer growing up?
I did not, but my brother was the captain and goalkeeper of the 1-15 St. Augustine Yellow Jackets.
Boy, I don't know if you had to throw the record out there, because it seems like, and especially since you said goalie, I feel like there's a lot thrown on the goalie.
Had aspirations to play in that stadium in the World Cup. Never happened for him, unfortunately. When the A's come to town, this will be the closest he ever gets to it.
I think he landed on his feet. He's okay.
2 balls and no strikes to win, searching for his first hit. Doubles have been the theme tonight for the Royals, but Mason's done good work in interleague games in his career. 24 doubles.
There's a nice homestand for Mason Wynn also. He batted .400, had a couple of walks. Mason still piecing it together offensively this season.
2-1 pitch. We've seen glimmers when he's starting to go the other way. We know what he can do defensively, but stretches in his career, he's looked like he can definitely hold his own offensively. Spoke with Brant Brown this morning about what it's like with all these young players. He said they've been perfect students, great children. Was sort of the analogy that he used.
He's got a good class, does he?
Yes, he does. Mason Wynn golfs that to left center. That might be double number 25 in interleague games. It will be a 1-out stand-up double. Barrel ran into that pitch. Cardinals have a runner in scoring position.
But like that, the changeup from Noah Cameron has been so good, but this swing here, your BJC Healthcare difference maker. Mason Wynn catches it out in front, serves it into the gap, and he's standing on second with 1 out. Oh, what a proud papa right there. Look at him. Got all his pupils. Dude, sometimes when you have a young group like this, they are the best students. Everybody on this roster is looking to learn, looking to grow, looking to, whether it's get more reps or stay in the big leagues or earn that big contract. Like there's a lot up in the air for all of these Cardinals hitters.
0-1. Now it's Blaze Jordan, a sinking liner, sliding catch by Marte, and the ageless wonder makes a phenomenal catch to retire the Cardinals' number 7 hitter. There's your second out.
I got to be honest with you. If I were running at second, I'd have been doubled off because I didn't think that Marte was going to be able to come in and make the All-State good hands replay, but he does. The veteran makes the sliding grab. Talked about the athleticism from Marte. Cardinals saw him a lot as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is his 131st game against St. Louis. He's performed everywhere he's been in his career. Now with the Royals, leading the Cardinals by 8. It's plays like that that really get you fired up about the potential of this group. You're up by 8. You're in your late 30s. It's a ball that you could give up on if you're a certain type of player. Marte, not one of them.
Well, there's a reason you hang in the big leagues as long as he has, right? Because you do all the little things right. Having veterans around like that show the young guys how to go after it. So a nice play out in right field.
2 balls and a strike to Fermin. Took a shot at right, but it ends up foul, and in a sea of Cardinals fans, a lot of red at Kauffman Stadium.
Well, if there is good news here for the Cardinals, it's the fact that Noah Cameron, it can't be long for this game. That pitch number 103 served out into right.
So Marte won't get that, and Jose Fermin has a multi-hit game. It brings home Mason Wynn. 11-4 your score.
Well, maybe that pitch count of Cameron that is north of the century mark now starting to get to him because a couple of pitches left up in the zone. Chevy pitch track that one. Curveball that he has been burying is left up. Their pitching coach Brian Sweeney out to talk to him, but 103 pitches right now for Noah Cameron. 104 is his season high. Obviously, with the pitching coach out to talk to him, he will surpass that mark.
Let's have a quick word from BJC Healthcare. So Pedro Pages will hit with a runner on first and 2 out. 11-4 your score now. The Cardinals trailing by a touchdown and extra point. Fans of the Kansas City Chiefs have seen many opponents trailing by that margin. One of the great dynasties in the NFL. Pages struck out with runners on first and second in the 4th. 105 pitches for Noah Cameron. You think the Royals want to get him through the 5th?
Want him to be able to put that W next to his name. The Cardinals have some different ideas here for Noah Cameron.
He's still using that changeup very effectively against right-handed hitters.
They do have a righty up in the bullpen. Mason Black is readying for the Royals.
Ball and 2 strikes to Pages. And it's taken high. It's 2-2. Ripped to third, but Lofton was in the perfect spot. Cardinals get a run back. An RBI from Jose Fermin makes it 11-4. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th.
Find your appliance answers now at the Home Depot.
Kick it with the Cards on Sunday, June 28th. That day, fans will take home a Cardinals soccer jersey presented by Purina. Available in medium and extra large while supplies last. Details at cardinals.com/promotions. Big game going to be played there on Saturday. Ecuador versus Curacao. A couple of Cardinals staff members will be in attendance. There's strike 1 to Lane Thomas. So the first full inning of work for Max Rajic begins with a strike to the leadoff hitter. Thomas hits it back our way. Do we have a chance? No. It's off the facade of the booth next to us.
Stefan, this is a bad time to ask since we've had a couple of innings under our belt already, but how are the hands? Are you going to be able to catch something that comes back this direction?
0-2, bounce to third. Jordan throws to first in time. There's your first out. Is that the closest you've gotten to getting a foul ball?
No, we've definitely had closer, but I do want to know, do I have to protect you, or are you going to be okay?
I played lacrosse in college, so you might need an apparatus to catch projectiles.
What is that thing called? Is that just a net?
Stick.
It's a stick with a net on it. As you can tell, I too did not play lacrosse.
It's really big in Nevada.
Well, maybe it is now. It was not back in the day for sure. Maybe at the rich high school, but not at my place. They didn't have it. Bet they do now.
It's Tyler Tolbert. Number 2 spot in the order has reached all 3 times. Bobby Witt homered, singled, and had a pair of RBIs, as well as scoring 2 runs. Tolbert walked, also scored. Rajic's 2-1 pitch. In on the hands and pop back foul.
How cool is this to see Rajic's family and friends made their way to Kauffman to see a major league debut. I realize that the score is one that you'd like to forget at this point, but this is a moment that will never be forgotten by the Rajic family.
2-2. Called strike 3, and there's your first big league strikeout. Rajic with some magic. Pulled a rabbit out of a hat on that breaking ball, and Tyler Tolbert is retired.
Yeah, high five for the Rajics here at Kauffman. He'll be asked this question his whole life. Who was your first big league strikeout? It was Tyler Tolbert. It was a sweeper. Caught him looking. And his family is all pumped up.
So 2 very quickly retired by Rajic. He's done nice work outside of allowing that 2 RBI double. Those runs were earned by Gordon Graceffo. But since then, he's retired 4 straight. It's got to be a difficult type of game to come in to pitch as well when a team's hot, but this is your proving ground.
Yeah,
you belong.
Your adrenaline is through the roof too in a game like this. My major league debut was in a game that was even more lopsided. We scored. Now we were on the winning side of things, but we had scored 11 runs. I think it was in the first inning, and I'm sitting out there in the bullpen. I'm like, well, this might be my day. This could be the one where I see some action. Certainly for Max Rajic early in this ball game, as things got sideways, you know that he knew that this opportunity would very likely be here for him. So rooting for a great one here for Max.
1-2 pitch. Caglione just gets enough. Some good news for Cardinals fans. Brewers were defeated earlier today by Cleveland Guardians 4-2. And the Phillies are losing to the Mets 6-3. It's felt like the last few weeks when the Cardinals win, the Brewers win. When the Cardinals lose, the Brewers lose.
It's fun to actually be at a point, and the Cardinals put themselves in a position where you can watch the standings.
Ground ball to second. Caglione not pleased. Throw to first in plenty of time, and Rajic a 1-2-3-5 in his first full inning in the big leagues. On to the 6th, down by 7.
NASCAR.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Beautiful sights and sounds in Kansas City, Missouri as the sun sets in Western Missouri. Mason Black will rise for the Royals. Great numbers so far through 11 games for Kansas City. 2.87 ERA. He'll be greeted by the Cardinals' top three in the order: Weatherholt, Herrera, and Walker. JJ will take inside for ball one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the score is just lopsided right now, but I thought the Cardinals did a pretty nice job, Stephen, against Noah Cameron. They made him work. He went 5 innings in this one, threw over 100 pitches, ended up giving up 4 runs. Unfortunately, the crooked numbers, the 11 spot, ended up hurting. 108 pitches for Cameron through his 5 innings, 68 strikes. That was a season and career high in pitches again for Noah.
Bit of an uncharacteristic performance for the Cardinals. We've talked about it. Haven't seen many of these blowout type of games where they're down by a lot early.
Well,
a rebuilding team like this, you would have expected there would be more of these games, and fortunately for St. Louis, they've been competitive in pretty much every game they played.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And look, the rotation has been a whole lot better than many expected heading into this season. They have more than held their own. And to your earlier point of how much fight this ball club has, as J.J. Weatherholt draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the 6th inning. When you watch this club, if you just tuned in right now and there wasn't a little score bug at the bottom, you would never know that the Cardinals are out of it. Like the way that they're going to approach this game, the way that Ollie's team will fight throughout, and the way that they're going to move forward in this ball game, you'd never know. To me, that's a hallmark of a very well-coached, disciplined team. Shockingly, another one high and tight on Herrera, who got hit for the 20th time today.
Black gets the outside corner. 1-1. Well, they fight, and a lot of the identity of this team is their youthful energy, yes, but think about the narrative surrounding the Cardinals coming into this year. And you know they've heard the noise, but they haven't let it affect them. In fact, they've proven quite a few people wrong.
Well, they definitely have. And look, you can't worry about any outside noise, and you don't read any of the stuff that is out there. You've got a group of individuals that are fighting right now for time, as this one's popped up into the infield. Tolbert's under it. That's going to be out number 1 of the inning. Yeah, Stephen, I mean, when you have a young group, you don't worry about expectations from the outside. You're worrying about how do you get yourself better each and every day. And when you got a 26-man roster where that's the focus, like how do I get better, you're going to see some results. Certainly seen a lot of those results from Jordan Walker. Jordan singled in this ball game, 18 home runs on the year for him.
His RBI single was an infield hit that Bobby Witt had trouble with. Walker's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Weatherholt standing on first. He'll look to do it again. Got to vote Jordan into the All-Star game. Keep seeing the polls and where he currently sits. See his numbers among National League outfielders. Not only should he be in the All-Star game, but in my humble opinion, he should be starting the All-Star game.
Yeah, let's go. Cardinal fans jump on that vote the other day during the ball game over last series against the Padres. I was voting for Jordan Walker as your dad was trying to talk to me. I had no idea what he was saying. I was too dialed in, rocking the vote.
3 balls and no strikes. You can vote up to 5 times a day.
How many times?
5 times a day.
But that's per email. I mean, really, when you're thinking about it, how many people only have 1 email? Let's go. I found out something the other day about you, Stefan. You're an old soul, a bit of a throwback when it comes to emails. Now, I'm not going to give people your entire email yet, but I did find that yours ends in AOL. You had an AOL email.
And you still doubt my 70s and 80s movie knowledge.
100% still. But yeah, I don't know how you got saddled with the AOL email.
I guess it's just a family thing.
I like it. I like your guys' style.
Very antiquated approach to instant messaging. Don't know how to use dial-up internet, though.
Good for you. Yeah, lucky you. Didn't have to deal with that.
Walker trying to dial up a bit of solid contact here. Full count with a runner on first. Black's pitch. Right up the middle, a base hit. Jordan Walker with a screamer right back where it came from. 2 aboard, only 1 out.
Jordan was ready for it. A fastball here from Black, 96 miles an hour, middle in. Just a good stroke. See, Jordan stands pretty far away from the plate, so that pitch on the middle half, able to barrel that one very easily up the middle.
Cardinals haven't been lacking opportunities. They've had a runner in scoring position in 5 of their 6 offensive innings. Biggest chance was when Velasquez came up to the plate with the bases loaded. He represented the tying run, struck out looking.
Yeah, that one hurt, man. You could tell he was looking for something that was going the other direction. Curveball in the inner half caught him.
And Black paints his last name, but we're going to see a challenge from Velasquez. See if he's right. And he is. Good challenge from Nelson. Suddenly you take a look at the situation. Velasquez ahead in the count. Burleson on deck. Finally getting a chance to face a righty with nobody warming up in the Royals pen. 2-1. Wave and a miss.
Well, chipping away. That's all they're looking to do right here. Still got a lot of outs remaining in this ball game. Put up a couple of crooked numbers. All of a sudden, you're right back in it.
2-2. Good take from Velasquez. A full count with 1 out. Chipping away while Chip is away.
He is. He is. And I'm excited. You having fun so far? I know this isn't the game that you imagined.
Anytime you get to call a major league game and you get to spend time with the best production crew in baseball. 3-1 pitch is hit the other way. Marte will scamper back and make the catch. Right approach from Velasquez, but anytime you get to do one of these games and work your dream job, I mean, what is there to complain about? With a team as fun as the Cardinals, I mean, they're still putting on a show. Had opportunities, maybe haven't made quite as much out of those opportunities, but it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I've been pumped up to get a chance to work with you. Obviously, we've done some stuff in spring training, and I know you jumped on a broadcast last year for an inning, but this being your first, I mean, this is your Max Rajic moment, your major league debut. You're doing fantastic. I know you got a long career ahead of you doing this, so I'm pumped up for you. Now you have the game today, you have the game Sunday, you have another series throughout the year.
So I have Sunday, of course, with you again, but later in the season, August, when the Rockies come to town, I'll be back on the mic.
Me, you, Rockies. I got to check my schedule. I think it's me, though.
Be tweeting up a storm in the interim. 0-2 to Burleson. He's hitless tonight. And he fists this into shallow center. Thomas will have enough time to make the play. So the Cardinals blanked in the 6th. Good work by Mason Black. It's
your quality Ford dealers. Ford, moving with the Midwest.
Well, it is the Budweiser play of the game, and why not in the Major League debut? It is the first big league strikeout for Max Rajic. A sweeper, caught Tolbert looking. What a big moment. Family, friends, Stefan, they are pumped up.
Yeah, speaking of family, we've got our 3rd member of our broadcast family, Scott Warman, with Max Rajic's family.
Oh my gosh, Stefan and Brad, this is amazing. This is Scott and Michelle Rajic, who are obviously on cloud 9, with it also being Father's Day weekend. But it's not just mom and dad, as boy, what a play by Burley there. Michelle, how many have come from California, Fullerton, California? How many have come for this game?
Well, we got 15 from California. We got 1 from Arizona and Colorado. So
17 total.
Yeah.
More coming tomorrow.
More coming tomorrow.
How many more tomorrow?
I think like 5 more. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So when did you guys find out? When did you hear from Max?
We heard yesterday around like 3:30, and we just scrambled Papa Jack got here really quick. He was here by midnight yesterday. So, yeah, we found out around 3:30 yesterday.
Yeah, FaceTime both of us.
Yeah, actually, 3 of us.
Oh,
My
yeah.
son, too. Yeah.
So what's this moment been like? Obviously, as I mentioned, you're on cloud 9. Did you dream of your son playing in Major League Baseball?
Well, he's always, ever since he was tiny, that's like what he's always wanted to do. So, someone had asked him when he was like 5, when you grow up, and he goes, do you want to be a baseball player when you grow up? And he's all, I already am.
You guys were telling me that you've gone to Memphis to watch him pitch too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
We went and watched the Memphis Redbirds.
Yeah.
So you guys in Orange County growing up, you guys probably watched the Dodgers or the Angels. It wasn't as much the Cardinals, but now you've become Cardinal fans.
Big time.
Oh, big time. And we've been watching these guys for a while. It's been great.
So he was drafted a few years ago, and it's a process to get to the major leagues. What was his mindset? Did he doubt himself at all, or has he got a great mindset?
What was his mindset? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. What's his mindset? You know, you struggle through, you're going through the minors. It's a route.
Yeah.
That ball's punished to left, and Salvador Perez has homered again. It's his first since May 25th. He's now 4 away from tying George Brett's all-time Kansas City Royals record.
Yep, you're right.
So, Scott, it's great to see the family. One thing that I noticed was Papa Jack's wearing a Memphis Redbirds cap. I think at this point it's appropriate to get him a St. Louis Cardinals cap.
I think we need to do that for sure, buddy. And here's the hand for Max in his first appearance. How you feeling, Dad?
A little bummed, but he had a pretty good debut, I think. I mean, it's tough. These guys can hit, man. I don't know. That one hurt, but what are you going to do?
So, did you coach him at all while he was growing up?
Yeah. He had a lot of good coaches coming up, you know, through Little League and travel ball and high school. He's still he's got great coaching.
And I'm sure through this whole thing, you guys are looking back at all the time that you spent. We know all the stories with all these guys that made Major League Baseball, and they've talked about, we talked to some of the guys this Father's Day weekend, the commitment that you, the parents, put in to get that opportunity for your son. You got to be proud.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sorry, I really can't hear
You got to be proud for the commitment.
Oh, I am so proud of him. He's super. So proud.
All right, we're going to get Papa Jack a Cardinals ball cap now. We like the Memphis one, but we're going to get you a Cardinal one since Max is up with the big club, all right? Guys, thank you so much. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Stefan?
Well, Scott, that sounds like a great idea. Get them all Cardinals caps. Max Rajic did great work in his Major League debut and passes the baton to Justin Brule with one out in the 6th inning.
Yeah, look, Stephen, he did his job right there. As you take a look at your Chevy call to the bullpen in Brule. He gave you 2 innings, did give up 1 run. That solo shot off the bat of Salvador Perez, who many have been a victim of the home run ball from Salvi, but a memorable debut for Max Rajic.
Yeah, that home run for Salvador Perez, not unfamiliar as Brule raced to the bag. The feed is perfect. There's your 2nd out. But his last home run prior to the one against Max Rajic passed Ivan Rodriguez for 7th most all-time by a primary catcher.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I mean, we all know this with Salvador Perez. He is well on his way to Cooperstown whenever that career is over for him, whenever he decides to hang him up, wait a couple of years, and you know he will be there. He's put up incredible numbers. What a leader that he is. One of those guys who, even if he's not wearing your uniform, he's easy to root for.
This is hit out to left. Playable for Velasquez, and he'll make the play. So Brule gets the next 2 hitters. Side retired. Great job, Max Rajic.
Yourself at Barnes Jewish College Goldfarb School of Nursing.
It's Black Heritage Day presented by Ford on Sunday, June 28th. With a theme ticket, fans will take home a Cardinals jersey designed by artist Corey Rogers. Plus, enjoy a Heritage Festival before the game. Tickets at cardinals.com/theme. Got great views of the Negro League Museum here in Kansas City. Can't wait to take a visit there and learn about all of the history surrounding one of the game's greatest leagues.
Yeah, that place is incredible. What a fantastic job they've done of telling the story. As this one is knocked down on the right side, but going to be able to leg it out for a knock for Mason Wynn.
Love to see that for Wynn. Spun it the other way, a multi-hit game for the Cardinals shortstop. And again, more base runners. Had the leadoff man aboard in 4 of the 7 innings that they've played tonight. So it's Blaze Jordan. He's 1 for 3. Took outside. It's the Honda home run inning. If the Cardinals hit a home run this inning, the Gateway Honda dealers will donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Jordan certainly a candidate for that. Club that out of play foul. One thing that's so great about Blaze, he puts the ball in play, especially when hitting at the bottom of the order. That's exactly what you want out of your number 7 hitter. Will do so again. Hammers this to right center. That's tailing away from Thomas. It's going to bounce off the wall. Wynn's going to be held up at third by Pop Warner. And Blaze Jordan has a multi-hit game.
Well, stepping right on cue, he does in fact put it in play. He gets a Mason Black sweeper. Mason was trying to bury this thing. He wanted to swing over the top of it. It ends up in the zone, popped out of his hands and driven to center. And even though Lane Thomas had him shaded that direction, ball just continued to trail off the bat of the right-handed hitting Jordan into the gap.
He's done really good work with pitches at the top of the zone to start his major league career. Brian Sweeney out to have a word with Mason Black, and there's Blaze Jordan. Been such a big spark to the lower part of the Cardinals orders. Played pretty good defense at third as well.
He definitely has. You saw Brant Brown a second ago looking on. Got to be happy with the approach of some of his hitters that kind of lost in the score right now. Cardinals have scattered 11 hits in this ball game, and the big reminder in a game like this, it is a series, right? You're certainly trying to chip away at the score.
Fermin puts it in play to short. Tolbert waits back to throw to first in time, but there's an RBI for Jose. Brings home Mason Wynn. 12-5 your score.
There's part of it, right? Chipping away at the score. And while you're chipping away at the score, you're trying to chip away at the Royals bullpen. You got 2 more games after this one to play against them. So the hope is see as many guys as you can possibly see trot out of the bullpen for Kansas City.
Good sign for the rest of the series, you hope. 6 through 8 in the order all have multi-hit games. And now Pages hits one hard to right. Jordan's going to tag. And he'll be in without a throw. So Pedro Pages hit a line drive to right field. They'll throw to third to check if Blaze Jordan left early. But some ABC baseball, and now it's a 12-6 ball game.
Oh, doing a job. Nice hard line drive to center field. Gets it done and flip things back over to the top for J.J. Weatherholt, who's got a pair of hits and a walk.
Reached base 3 times has J.J. Weatherholt. Seen him in a stretch where he's getting more hits rather than walks. That's been the pendulum for number 26. Began the season pitching him away. He proved he wouldn't chase. Then when pitchers started to come into the zone, he was doing some damage.
Yeah, he definitely was. And I loved his approach early in this game against the lefty Noah Cameron of using left field. He knew that Cameron was going to try to throw some of the off-speed stuff, something running away from him. Singled that way, doubled into the left center gap. Now you got a 3-0 count against the righty. Going to have to be one pitch, one spot.
He was taken all the way. Single, double, RBI ground out, and a sacrifice fly brings the Cardinals within 6. The 3-1 pitch. He's called ball 4, but Salvador Perez is challenging. JJ's staying in the batter's box. I think he knew it. Yeah, that was perfectly placed pitch on the lower inside corner. So a full count for Black.
Yeah, kind of a dead giveaway on that one when the hitter doesn't move, right?
Payoff pitch. He didn't move that time either, but it was inside. So Weatherholt reaches base for a 4th time, his 2nd walk. That on-base percentage continues to climb. Ivan Herrera hitless tonight. The only contact that's been made for number 48 was off his jersey. Hit for a 20th time this season. Black pulls that outside. This is the Cardinals' 5th trip through the order. Slider ran off the plate. 1-1. Now he works it to the inside corner.
Yeah, that's tough because you know that Mason Black was not trying to throw that there on the inner half. That one backed up on him. You see the spin, but the ball keeps coming in on you. That's hard to pull the trigger. Now you're going to have to protect.
Chop to third. And the throw by Tolbert is in plenty of time. Cardinals score a pair of runs on some ABC baseball. We're headed to the 7th inning stretch, down by 6 in Kansas City, Missouri.
Jack, tell me.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Jack in the Box. Get fired up with the hot ones, Munchie Meal, and by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Well, there's downtown Kansas City. Soon to play host to the Kansas City Royals in just a few years. Going to be a fantastic ballpark, I'm sure. We're here at Kauffman Stadium down by 6, and Justin Brule will get his first full inning of work. 8-9-1 due up for the Royals.
And that new ballpark scheduled to be kind of kitty corner over there from Union Station that you saw in the beginning of that 85-acre district. They will have the fountains. You can't have a ballpark in Kansas City without the fountains, but kind of like what everybody else is trying to do, right? A ballpark village-esque area with retail shops, restaurants, trying to bring some more to the downtown area. So that'll be a big-time project. But I got to tell you, I love this place. Like, I like it. I like the vibe of it, but I understand the stuff that we see is probably not all of the stuff that happens in the ballpark. I'm sure, I mean, the guts are old. This thing, as you had mentioned, opened April 10th, 1973, Stefan. So all things, you know, must come to an end, but I dig this ballpark.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ballpark. So many aspects of Kauffman Stadium that are so different than other places you'll go, from the crown-shaped scoreboard to the fountains in the outfield. Pages will challenge the 3-1 pitch. And he does so wisely, just gets the inside edge. So a full count. But to your point about Ballpark Village downtown, they already kind of have one. We were walking around there this morning and afternoon. They have all the pieces.
Got their power and light district, absolutely.
The only thing missing is a ballpark. And the full count pitch on the ground right side. Collins will take a hit over a walk any day. Leadoff single in the bottom of the 7th. This is your StatCast powered by Google Cloud. All the doubles tonight.
I don't want to talk about it. Boy, it's a lot of them. 8 doubles. Everybody was in on the action. I mean, they went a long time only having a single in a ball game. Kind of nice to see a runner just standing at first as opposed to second. So the doubles, a couple of home runs in this ball game.
Good jump there by Collins. The throw down, no chance. Royals still playing aggressive baseball, up by 6. Why wouldn't you? This is a team that has had to wear it a little bit in 2026. Nights like this feel really good.
Well, they know the Cardinals too. They're not going to quit. They're not going to relent in this ball game. Still very reachable, so no problem from a gamesmanship standpoint of them taking a base there.
1-0 on the outside corner. Good frame job by Pages, and Massey's going to challenge. And a good challenge for number 19. Great work by the umpiring crew. We saw a nice series from Laz Diaz's crew against the Padres. Not too many pitches that have been challenged tonight. That's one of the really fun things about ABS, is not only the fact that pitches become even more important. The strike zone's changed a little bit, but it also highlights how good these umpires are.
No, I totally agree with that. There were many that I think that feared, probably umpires too, that it was just going to be a bad look for them on some of these misses. To me, it just tells you how good they are. These misses that they have are very small margins for the most part. Not an easy job that the umpires have, especially behind the plate.
Not a small miss there from Brule. That was way outside. 3-1. Massey hitless tonight. He reached on Velasquez's error in left, walked and flew out to left. Turns on one, fouls it to the tarp. Nice play by ball boy over there down the right field side. Could be a fun evening here tomorrow night. Michael McGreevy takes the ball for the Cardinals. Another full count for Brule. Challenges him in. Massey fights it off.
I know the Royals in that ball game happy to have Seth Lugo back off of the IL after taking a comebacker.
He's off of Brandon Nimmo's bat, his former teammate in New York, and wasn't exactly hit gently. As this is hit out to center. Fermin will camp under it, make the catch. The throw comes into third. It is just a touch late. So Collins takes the extra base. Get him on, get him over. The Royals have had no problem getting him in. But with Lugo coming back, you have one of your veteran starters, a team that's dealt with the injury bug. One of their sure-handed pitchers. No Cole Reagans. Haven't had the same level of production from Noah Cameron. Got you through 5 tonight, but was still hit a bit. And there's a ground ball right back up the middle. Brule couldn't snare it with his glove, and he's hunched over, frustrated that that got through. Royals make it a baker's dozen. Their 13th run of the game.
There's a very manufactured run right there. It was a ground ball through the right side on a 3-2 pitch. A stolen base, tagged up on a fly ball to center, and scored on a ground ball up the middle with the infield pinched in.
Unlucky number 13 for St. Louis. It's felt like every inning the Cardinals have scored, Royals have answered right back. Of course, if you're the Royals, his 13 spot feels great, but the underlying concern surrounding Bobby Witt is something that will maybe soften what is a really exciting night.
Yeah, we have to see what that ends up looking like. He did leave the ball game. Right knee soreness was the reason giving for Matt Quatrero's shortstop. So you do hope just for overall baseball fans. Bobby Witt Jr. is one of the best in the business, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Now, if he wants to take the next 2 games off, that'd be totally fine.
Brule ahead in the count at 1-2 to Tolbert. Drops it just a bit low. Tolbert has walked and struck out looking. And he's going to strike out looking again, barring a challenge successfully. And it is strike 3. So KC loses a challenge. There's your second out. We'll bring up Jack Caglione. Hey kids, get ready to play on Sunday, June 28th. That day, kids ages 12 and under will take home a Cardinals soccer ball. Perfect for backyard action all summer long. Details at cardinals.com/promotions.
You think you could do what Ivan Herrera was doing right there? The little kick and like circle the ball up? I got no chance on that one. That hurt my hamstring to look at.
No, I don't think so.
He's got some skills right there.
Those Latin American countries, they grow up with a ball at their feet.
It's pretty impressive. I don't think I'm going to learn that at this point.
It's called
Stephen.
juggling.
Is that what it is? Maybe that's the equivalent that I can do? Or that's what they call it?
That's what it's called.
Juggling with your feet? Boy, that seems harder. You ever seen the game they play? And boy, it's a niche game, probably on ESPN 8, the Ocho. But the foot volleyball?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably called like
big in
foot
Brazil
volley or something.
1-1 pitch. I have not been on ESPN 8, the Ocho yet.
No, not yet. You got to play more obscure sports. That's what it is.
Got to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. If you don't like dodgeball, just get out of here. That's a classic. Take
2-1.
that, Apocalypse Now.
Hit out to center. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, but I don't think Fermin's going to have to dodge that one. He'll put it away for the final out of the inning. We're through 7 in Kansas City. It's 13-6.
Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Big numbers on the scoreboard. Not quite a Social Security number, but 13-6. The Royals leading as we enter the top of the 8th inning, and Beck Way will check in. 4 games, 6.75 ERA. Way will go to work against Walker in a battle of WA last names. That ties up Jordan. Too far inside, 1-0.
One looked uncomfortable behind the plate by Salvi. Had to open himself up to catch it. Let's take a look at this one. Again, this one narrowly misses Jordan Walker, and Salvador Perez opened up big time. That'll pinch the front of that shoulder badly.
Royals have already lost Bobby Witt in the game. Losing the captain would be less than ideal for Kansas City. Let's have a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get fired up with my new Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So Walker will stride back in. Have you ever had Jack in the Box, Brad?
Of course, yes, of course I've had Jack in the Box. Give me all that stuff and a couple of tacos on top of it.
Wouldn't mind a jumbo Jack here from Jordan Walker.
See what you did there?
That's alliteration.
I feel like I walked right into it. Not as happy as I was a minute ago. Just walked right into your ploy. Again, you are your father's son.
2-0. Walker, a multi-hit game, a couple of singles. Swings and misses on a cutter down and out of the zone.
I'd have to think with that swing, Way is going to try to go that direction again. Let's see the adjustment that Jordan Walker is able to make. Going to take his 2-strike timeout.
Three extra base hits for the Cardinals, all of them doubles. 2-2. Didn't bite on the cutter a second time.
It's just been so fun to watch little things like that. And who knows how this at bat turns out, but him flailing at one, then being able to stop himself on the next one. Does foul off a cutter now, but these adjustments have taken huge strides, made huge strides for Jordan Walker in this 2026 campaign. Cutting down the strikeouts, driving the ball to the right side, showing off some of those power numbers.
3-2 pitch. Downstairs, so Walker has a leadoff walk. Stays true to his namesake. Bring up Nelson Velasquez. Beckway struggled with command a bit in that at bat, or plate appearance, I should say.
A miss like that, Stefan, good chance he's going to want to try to get ahead early. Nelson will be ready.
And he is swinging on the first pitch. I like the approach there. Trying to get ahead early in the count, like you mentioned. Being aggressive. You're down 7, don't have a whole lot to lose. Snaps off a cutter. 0-2.
Wade likely to go right back to the well again with that cutter on the outer half. We'll see if Velasquez can shorten up, make something happen. The right side is wide open again with Michael Massey pinched up the middle.
Velasquez 1 for 3. He walked, doubled, struck out looking, and lined out to right. The 0-2 offering to him is hit out to left center. Racing back is Thomas. He's going to make a sliding play at the track. Lane Thomas with a nice catch in center to rob Velasquez of his second extra base hit. Ball kept carrying out there, and good defense by the Royals prevents a Cardinals threat.
Yeah, Steph, we've talked about how big this ballpark plays, especially to the corners. Unfortunately for Velasquez, he hit the ball well, but to the wrong part of the ballpark. Lane Thomas able to track that down. Always been a very good outfielder. Strong arm out there also.
So it brings up Alec Burleson. And a sacrifice fly that came in the first inning when the Cardinals led 2-0. It's 0 for 3 otherwise. Cardinals have made these Royals pitchers work. Drawn 5 walks, 11 hits. Even in a game like tonight, when the score isn't exactly what you like to see as a Cardinals fan, there are things to build on and be happy about. Burley will take outside. 3-1. You're down 7. I have to imagine there are lots of emotions to try and get the runs all back. Becomes easier to swing at pitches maybe you normally wouldn't have. They have not done that here.
No, it's a great point. Discipline has been something we've seen a lot of out of this offense. Some more discipline showed off there by Alec Burleson as he also draws a walk here in this 8th inning.
Brian Sweeney has been a busy man tonight. He's going to go out and visit Beckway with Mason Wynn coming up. Wynn has been arguably the most effective Cardinals hitter tonight. Multi-hit game, double, single, 2 runs scored. And it's been this part of the order, 6, 7, and 8, that have done the most damage. 6 hits between the 3 of them.
Yeah, super promising. We talk about this a lot, but length in the lineup, right? That's something that you need. If you're going to score some runs, you better have some production at the bottom of the order. And the Cardinals have made some changes, obviously, to their roster at the bottom of the order. Blaze Jordan being a part of that. Jose Fermin ended up getting the nod today against the left-handed starter at the bottom. But these guys have put together some really good at-bats tonight.
Shot to right, that's a base hit. Pop's going to hold the runner at third. The Cardinals will play station to station. And now you've got the bases loaded. A great swing from Mason Wynn. He's seeing the opposite field. That's a great sign.
Stephen, that's the stroke we were talking about earlier with Mason. That's one of the reasons he's seen a lot more success here as of late. And it's something that he's been diligently working on, is using that side of the field. Another one, hard hit ball right through the right side. And all of a sudden, man, a swing of the bat drastically changes things.
So it's Blaze Jordan. He has a double and a single to his name tonight. Has loved hitting with runners in scoring position.
Just challenging the call ball.
So Perez is going to challenge this pitch.
I don't think that one's going to be a strike.
And it is a ball, so the Royals are out of challenges. Up by 7. You're playing with house money, but dancing with the devil here a bit. Bases loaded. And Blaze Jordan will sky this into shallow center. See if they test the arm of Thomas. Walker will start then stop. The throw to the plate is a dart right on the money. So no further advance, and here comes Fermin. Our Bet365 betting odds update. 21.5 runs. And that's still certainly in play. They've scored 19.
Swing of the bat right here, can hit that.
Fermin, multi-hit game, multi-RBI game. He'll take strike 1 from Beck Way. Cardinals have left 11 on base tonight. Doesn't obviously tell the story, but is a factor in a game like this. Fermin looking to drive them all home.
The Cardinals, again, you're right, Stephen, have had a lot of traffic. They've had 17 at-bats with runners in scoring position. Only 3 for 17 tonight.
1-1. Fermin hits it the other way. It's sinking, and the catch is made in right by Starling Marte. He's not a starling, he's a star. Kansas City blanks the Cardinals. Bottom 8, 13.
And insects with Turf Builder Summer Guard.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Bottom of the 8th here at Kaufman as the Royals lead the Cardinals. Hey, coming up after the game, we have Cardinals postgame. It's brought to you by Car Shield. Brad Thompson, myself. We'll talk about the debut of Max Rajic, plus a little bit of offense from J.J. Weatherholt and Blaze Jordan. It's all coming up following today's game. And BT, how about your partner tonight? What a great job, Stephen, you did. I know your mom and dad are very proud of your first game, buddy.
Yeah, Stephen is killing it up here. We've been having a lot of fun. We will definitely break down the Major League debut of Max Rajic, but the Major League debut of Stephen Carey has been a fun one. Stephen, I know you're still having a blast doing this. I know all of your family and friends are watching, and you haven't been nervous at all, which has pumped me up a little bit.
It's been great. I think that speaks to the crew that I get to work with you, with Scott, with Brian Shapiro, Tom Mee, Keith O'Brien, Brian McCann, all of the amazing people behind the scenes that make this show happen. They've been so great. Julie Free has been there as well. And just to be able to work around people who have done this for as long as they have, the way they've embraced me, I can't thank them enough.
You've been killing it. This has been fun. Hopefully some more good things to talk about late in this ball game for you.
A couple of defensive changes. Pedro Pajes will check in at first base. Nathan Church is in center. Jose Fermin moves to short. And Starling Marte hits it to right for a leadoff single. He's had a heck of a game, not only offensively but defensively as well.
Yeah, he has spoiled a couple of would-be hits for the Cardinals, then gets one for himself to the right side, his third of the day.
Salvador Perez getting a standing ovation. Because his home run in the 6th inning set Kauffman Stadium's home run record. How about that?
Well, this dude is special. He's one of those guys that you can't envision seeing in any other uniform. He is the Royals through and through, and this one is through on the right side.
He's going to just add on to what's been a fantastic night at the plate. An opposite field single. The Royals are not going away. A 3-hit game for the captain.
Three hits, and they've all been loud. He did have that home run in the 6th that set the Kauffman Stadium record, and a pair of doubles to bookend that homer.
137 home runs at Kauffman Stadium for Salvador Perez. And the pitch gets away. Jimmy Crooks back there, and that pass ball will bring home the 14th run of the game for Kansas City. It's not easy coming into a game cold, especially in a game like this where things just really haven't gone the Cardinals' way defensively. But these are valuable innings to get Pedro Pages out of his crouch, get Jimmy Crooks more chemistry with guys like Brule. Jensen, a pair of doubles. He'll pop this one up on the infield. Blaze Jordan fighting the lights. Fermin calls him off in shallow left for your first out. Brian Torres has also entered the game in left field. What this looks like right now is getting these guys some more defensive experience at these positions.
Yeah, you get some guys off their feet, right? I mean, in a ball game like this, you want to build in rest whenever you can. Yeah, the Cardinals have an off day coming up on Saturday, but you know, as you're entering the dog days of summer, it's just going to get hotter and hotter. It's going to get more and more difficult to answer the bell every day. So when you have a built-in opportunity to give your guys some rest, you're going to do it.
Velasquez is in right for Jordan Walker.
This is one of those ball games. You know that Ollie certainly not going to be happy at the end of this one. Some aspects he will. The offense in general. I mean, the Cardinals offense, 12 hits, 6 runs. Something to be happy about.
How about this? The Royals have scored 14 runs. They haven't gotten to the same part of the batting order their 5th time through that the Cardinals have gotten to.
And the Cardinals been able to turn it over, right? Taking advantage of some free passes in this ball game certainly has a lot to do with that.
Justin Brule doing thankless work here, eating up innings, saving the rest of the bullpen. I mean, if you can escape this game using 4 pitchers, albeit pitchers that have had to throw quite a few pitches, you're still in a much better spot than if you throw 5 or 6, because you still have 2 more games left to play. Swing and a miss. So Brule retires Lofton. That's his 2nd strikeout of the night. 2 away in the 8th. Looking forward to tomorrow with Michael McGreevy on the mound. Feels like he gives you a chance to win every time he's on the rubber. Cardinals offense, I'm sure, will be motivated to get a little bit of payback, as this is weakly hit down the left field line. Torres got a great jump and makes the play to retire the side. The Royals add another. We're on to the ninth. 14-6 at Kauffman Stadium.
Michelin, motion for life.
Top of the ninth, it's been a barn burner here at Kauffman Stadium. 14 runs for the Royals and 29 hits between the two teams, 20 runs combined. And the Cardinals' first baseman, Pedro Pages, will lead us off.
Yeah, a whole lot of action on the offensive side of things. Unfortunately, way too early exit for the Cardinals starter. Matthew Liberatore had a rough one in this ball game, only lasting an inning and 2/3. And the Cardinals trying to make this game last a little bit longer, put some more pressure on Way and the Royals bullpen.
There's strike one. Well, the Royals faithful have seen a beauty. 18,363 in attendance tonight, including the English soccer team.
They're here?
They are here. Name an English soccer player.
What was that guy, little guy? Rooney. Rooney.
That feels like cheating.
What do you mean? You said name one? Wayne Rooney.
We have a Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. That was his name, wasn't it?
It was.
Isn't it? I mean, he's still with us.
Can you name a current English soccer player?
No, can't do that. I can't name a current soccer player. In soccer, in the World Cup, not one soccer player.
I think you could. I really do.
Pulisic.
I don't think that's how you pronounce that.
Pulley. Couldn't tell you his first name. I gotta branch out.
Pages pulls that off of himself. 1-2. No Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, I could have told you that one.
What about Leo Messi had a hat trick in their first game?
Yeah, I could have told you that one too. I was put on pressure there and didn't come up with the two biggest stars. That one, wish they had a little bit larger shin guard.
Some of the English soccer players could have lent him one.
Yes, they could also still be on the ground acting as if they were dead and then come back miraculously later. It's a thing, Stefan. Let's not act like it's not a thing. The soccer players don't act like they're dead and then they come back.
Just get on board with it. It's awesome.
I mean, not the acting part of it. Soccer's great. The World Cup's awesome, people say. It's going to be fun here this weekend.
United States men's team will play at 2 Central tomorrow against the Socceroos. Australia.
That's a good soccer name.
Three balls and 2 strikes. See if Pages can pass the baton. Pulls it on the ground, third base side, deep in the hole. The throw to first by Tolbert is in time. Nice play by the defensive replacement, Tyler Tolbert. Bobby Witt went down. Good to know you don't lose a whole lot defensively when you put 2 in the game. First out of the inning. Maybe you lose a little bit. Bobby Witt is one of the best defenders in the game, but trying to hype up Tyler Tolbert.
No, and again, I'm sure we'll get some more clarity on what the situation is. This hot shot down the left side for J.J. Weatherholt. He's continuing his big day on base now for the 5th time, his 3rd knock.
He's nearing 270 on the batting average. The fact that he can do this, along with everything else, the defense, taking pitches, and of course the power that we've seen to all fields, Cardinals have really hit on a high draft pick. So Herrera is hitless with Weatherholt on first. Cues that one toward the Royals dugout. 0-1. Herrera's native Panama is in the World Cup.
Who are they playing? Any ideas?
I think they've played at least one match.
Okay.
Forget who it's against coming up. And gone almost got clipped again.
So I talk about this a lot with soccer. I think I just need to go. I need to go to a big match. I got to watch it on the pitch. I got to wear my kit, and then I'll be in. The environments are nuts. Like you see them, it'll be that way here in Kansas City, right across the street. It'll be awesome.
Look at what the fans in town for the World Cup have done for the game of baseball as Herrera goes fishing, and there's a strikeout for Beck Way, his first of the night. 2 away for St. Louis. They're down to their final out. Saw the Scottish fans at Fenway Park. They are ingratiating themselves with American culture, and it's been a lot of fun to watch all of the reactions to what makes our country so different than anywhere else in the world. Jimmy Crooks will take strike 1. Royals are 1 strike away from taking game 1 in the series. Oh, and 2. Crooks down swinging, and the Royals put the exclamation mark on a game 1 win over the Cardinals. 14-6 your final score, Brad. An early exit from Matthew Liberatore gave them a big opportunity to score a bunch of runs, but really felt like this was out of reach early.
Yeah, it looks evident didn't get off the rails early in this ball game. Offensively, the Cardinals were able to step up, 13 hits, 6 runs, but it wasn't to be tonight for the Redbirds. I will say 1 big victory tonight. Your Major League debut, you did a fantastic job. It was a joy to work with you, and can't wait to do it again Sunday.
Well, stay tuned for our Car Shield postgame show with Brad and Scott. Our next telecast will be Sunday, 12:45 p.m. Cardinals versus Royals. That's your final tonight, 14-6. Cardinals fall in game 1.